First of all, Ernest, I would like to start off by giving a shout out to FYF Sports Debates podcast. I really love that podcast. I really do.
Above names, worthy of all his praise, that still ain't enough, yeah. You don't know how hard I prayed, and he looked in my grave and he told me get up, yeah. At times I wanted to give up, told me trust him, even with faith the same size as the mustard seed, yeah. That was enough to me right where I'm at. Free me from places that I can't go back. Reckless to righteous when Christ is in that. Called on his name cause his power's unmatched. Had me in shackles till he broke the chain. Killing my flesh, he's my license for that. We know my mind, so my mindset for that. When it's set up, I got can't be set back. Ready, set, go. Yeah, he made me ready. He set me up, then told me go.
FYL Sports, man, Lamont, we back. Appreciate everybody being here. Salute y'all, man. Apologies for the late stream, y'all. Sorry, we here though. I see y'all here. Salute to Tiffany Ned, man. We did the NBA scoreboard yesterday, followed along that Laker game. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, along with all of the other playoff talk. Right? It's a lot of playoff talk we got to talk about. We got the Sixers. They up 27-19 right now. They looking to get back on track. The Sixers had a massive advantage in this series, still in game one without Joel Embiid, and then they give that advantage back, losing the next two games in a row. Now they looking to just try to tie the series up, and then they have to go back to Boston to try to get the advantage again. They put themselves in a deep hole. They had an opportunity, and they didn't seize the opportunity, and I think this is just going to be another year. If the Sixers aren't able to get it done, it's going to be another year where rightfully so, everyone's going to look to Doc Rivers and they're going to ask, are you the problem? Because this is consistently happening with Doc Rivers from team to team to team. And I don't necessarily like to blame coaching. I think the Sixers are the most talented team in the East. I don't know if they're the best team. It just don't seem like a perfect fit. Salute to A-Weezy Bang, just pulled up in the chat. Salute y'all. We got to talk about it. Jared, I see you in here. We're going to be dropping the link early today. I ain't going to really waste too much time. I did want to talk about this Lakers, though. Because a lot of people, like, it seems like every time any team wins a game in this Lakers series, is either LeBron James and Anthony Davis choked and played bad, or Steph Curry and Jordan Poole. No. And you know what, though? I don't necessarily think it's about any of that. I don't think it's about any of that. Right? I think these teams are both extremely familiar with one another. I think they both know each other's sets. I think they both understand each other's style of play. I think this series is simply about the Lakers just being a better roster than the Warriors. Because the Lakers really aren't doing anything that impressive. They're just better, right? I think the Lakers can still play much better team-wise. I think rotationally, they still haven't found their best rotations, but I think a lot of times those rotations are just generally based on matchups. So you can't have the same rotations, especially when the Warriors are always changing something. They played JaMychal Green a ton in game 2. They go away from him in game 3 as much. All right. Reasons for that, I don't know. Jared says refs have been horrible. No, the refs have not been horrible. The refs have been excellent in this Warriors series, Jared. Lonnie Walker did play, and Lonnie Walker did give valuable minutes. Right? But Lonnie Walker did give valuable minutes. And I like the fact that Darvin Ham, unlike most coaches, you have to like the fact that Darvin Ham is willing to go away from his designated playoff rotation and go deeper into the bench to find rotational guys that could potentially create or pose better matchups on the court. And then when you go to a guy like Lonnie Walker, I think that is a telltale sign of not just a good coach, but a coach that's probably listening to his coaching staff. Right? I don't think anybody's going to profess to say that Darvin Ham is the greatest X's and O's type of coach. But when you have a head coach willing to capitulate and listen to his staff, willing to make adjustments, willing to listen to the players and be a good motivator, we talking about a really good coach. But Darvin Ham's been getting the short end of the stick this year. And he's potentially going to have this Laker team in the Western Conference Finals. At least they in the driver's seat right now to get to the Western Conference Finals. G exclusive group. He says, we know Lonnie is a walking bucket. Look, Lonnie is a good little like firecracker coming off the bench, right? When you need a burst, right? He plays with a ton of energy. He plays paces incredibly fast, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Right? He's a good change of pace. And by bringing him in, he's a monkey wrench that the Warriors probably didn't see coming. They probably didn't think about what if they bring in a Lonnie Walker, what type of lineup are we going to go to? And then when a guy like Lonnie Walker comes in, you have to give a guy like Lonnie Walker credit because he came in game ready to go. Right? And he didn't just come in loafing. He don't need 15, 20 minutes to get going. He just came in and just did what he was supposed to do and made an instant impact. Right? This next game, he might not even play the next game. But the fact that Darvin Ham knows he can put him in at any time and he's going to be game ready to go, that's an added bonus for this Laker. And it's just another reason why I believe that this Laker team is just a better team. They're just better. This is not about like what Jared is saying. Y'all need to stop listening to Jared. And all the people that are blaming the refs and all the people, like I was listening to Fluent and all these people, the foul calls are not even. And I want to see refs just call it. First of all, y'all, refs are not equal opportunity. It's not a ref's job to balance the foul count if the foul count is swayed to one side. That's not the ref's job. It's your job as a team to balance the foul count. I've had coaches tell me plenty of times, the foul count's off, man. Is your team shooting a little bit too many jumpers? It's hard for me to give them those calls when they're not being as aggressive, when they're not attacking. Certain refs call the game differently. Certain refs will be more willing to let you play and they'll let the physicality go, right? Other refs, probably call a tighter ship. At the end of the day, the Warriors not getting to the free throw line is something that they did during the regular season. And I didn't hear y'all crying about refs during the regular season. They were last in the NBA. The Warriors were last in the NBA in the regular season in free throw attempts per game. But y'all want the Warriors to get balanced foul calls against the Lakers, who drove to the basket the most, who scored in the paint the most, who attacked the rim the most, who led the NBA in free throw attempts by a large margin because of it. But y'all want the refs to just make up random foul calls just to send the Warriors to the foul line, just to balance the foul count. Jared says, no, yes, bro. Jared, do you think refs can control how many refs don't care how many free throws you shoot in the game? If you consistently go into a basket against a team that has a tendency to foul a lot, which the Warriors, remember, Steve Kerr, if you listen to what Steve Kerr talks about a ton, and he said this all throughout the year, we've been having problems defending without fouling. We can't defend without fouling. They are a fouling team. They're a hacking team. They struggle to stay in front. Why do y'all want? Why do people want the Warriors to get all these mythical calls that don't exist? There's not even a way for you to create these foul calls. There's not even a way for you to create these foul calls because the Warriors don't attack the basket enough. They've made the concerted effort this year of living and dying by the three-point shot, which is one of the reasons why they've been so inconsistent, especially on the road, right? With the crowd pumping them up, they can get away with it at home. But on the road, we've seen they roll woes. Like, when is it going to come to a point in time where we just got to say, this just might be who the Lakers are? They just might not be the same team that we've seen over the last few years. This is not the same team. This is a team right here that's literally being carried by Steph Curry. This is a team right here where you don't know on a night-by-night basis what you're going to get from Klay Thompson or Jordan Poole. Klay Thompson can go for 31 night, then he can go for 12 on 3 of 18 shooting the next night. Jordan Poole can give you 29 points, but he going to give you 7 turnovers and a whole bunch of loofy plays that looks like they all outside of the offense. And he disrupts the flow of your offense because he's a ball stopper. When the ball gets to his hands, it stops. And we can clearly see the frustration on Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green's face every time he catches the ball and he stops the ball. So then there are chemistry issues. He got Frozen Food TV. He says, Lamar, 89-39 free throw for 3 games is wild. Don't count. It's not wild to me. What do y'all want refs to do? I want Frozen Food TV. When you're looking at a Golden State Warrior team that's living on the 3-point line, when you're looking at a Golden State Warrior team that doesn't tack the basket as much, they don't do anything to really draw fouls, because a part of getting to the free throw line is something called drawing fouls. You have to attack, and then you have to, the Lakers, you have to give them credit. They've done a good job of defending without fouling. They've been doing a good job of AD. When guys go to the basket, he stays vertical. And they meet him chest to chest. That's not a foul. And now that they've added the rule of verticality in NBA, where you, as long as you stay vertical, all you got to do is just jump straight. That's added to what guys like AD, LeBron can do. Like, when are y'all just going to give credit to the Lakers, especially LeBron, for playing with a ton of additional intensity and effort on the defensive side of the ball? Remember what I said before the playoffs started? I said, if the Lakers want to have any type of success, LeBron James needs to average between 20 to 25 points per game, really lock in defensively, and focus on moving the ball within the offense. That's exactly what he's been doing. And he's been saving his legs for the fourth quarter. AD yesterday didn't even have a great game, and the Lakers won by 30. I want y'all to really think about that. At any time this year, when could the Lakers ever be able to say AD didn't play his best and the Lakers beat the Warriors by 30? That is telling me right there, that is a premier indication to me that this is just a better team. G Exclusive Group, he says they defend without fouling, LOL. I mean, the Lakers do defend without fouling. Like, why y'all want to blame everything else as opposed to just give credit where credit is due? See, y'all will dole out and dish out that blame when it's easy to dole out and dish out blame because it's low-hanging fruit and it's right there in front of your face. But see, when it's actually time to give credit, y'all like have a hard time doing that, even if it's not your team. Like, if it's not, like, you just got to give them credit. See, remember, a lot of y'all was the one. Remember, a lot of y'all was calling me crazy at the beginning of the year. Remember at the beginning of the year what I said? I said, I don't know how the Lakers are going to get it done. I said, but when you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the same team, it's hard to convince me that this team can't get to the Western Conference Finals. And y'all laughed. The Lakers ain't doing that. Russell Westbrook going to mess up everything. And I said, you know what? They're going to figure it out. by hook or crook, whether they got to trade him, whether they got to keep him, they're going to figure it out. What they do, they figured it out. Now they knocking on that door. So really, a lot of y'all trying to deflect and give these excuses to refs and all this stuff, that's just y'all not being able to take accountability for y'all horrible, trash basketball picks at the beginning of the year, where many of y'all picked the Lakers not even make the playoffs. But now a lot of y'all going to fake, and a lot of y'all going to backtrack and act like, yeah, I picked this. I saw this coming. I told y'all that. No, a lot of the Laker fan base gave up on this team back in December. Even when they was 2-10, I kept saying, they're going to figure it out. Even when Laker fans was coming into me telling me, yeah, it's over. And remember the guy Jamel Casino? He said, man, the Lakers is done. Bet that 200. They ain't making the playoffs. And then, even when LeBron went down, they kept winning games. And then when AD went down, they still found a way to hang in there. And then Brian and AD were out at one point in time. And, it didn't look the greatest. And then Rob Pelinka activates, and he waits, and he makes the right moves. He sees what they need. And then the new pieces look a little bit better. And then next thing you know, they in the playoffs at the 7th seed. And then even when they was in the play-in game, a lot of people was trying to say they was going to lose in the play-in game. They ain't making it. Then they win. And then even myself, because even when they won in the play-in game, y'all, because this is where I say I could take accountability for my trash pick. I said they're not playing a brand of basketball that can win the playoff series at that point in time. I did leave the door open. I did say if they change that style of play, if they play a winning brand of basketball, they can have some success. I didn't see them making the change this quickly. They made the change. They proved me wrong. And now the Memphis Grizzlies is up out of here. Frozen food, Ralph, he says, nah, Lamont, it's a difference in Laker fans and Bron fans. I don't care about the Bron fans. They all Laker fans. They cheering for the Lakers. Ain't no Bron fan just sitting in the living room only cheering when LeBron scores. And then when AD gets a dunk on somebody's head, you ain't motivated, you ain't celebrating and nothing. Stop it. They Laker fans. If LeBron moves teams, then you'll be another fan of another team. But they all, let's not try to separate them. They all Laker fans. And they all overreact. And they're all spoiled. Right? I'm sitting here, and it's not even just on Bang Channel. I've been going on a ton of channels. All of these people in the chat, Darvin, I heard a dude called Darvin Ham, Darvin Scam. I heard people saying, yeah, Darvin, all these YouTube fake basketball coaches, the only thing they talk about, man, I don't like Darvin Ham's rotations. What I really want what is a rotation? What is this? The first thing I would need to know is who handles the rotations on that coaching staff. It's probably not even Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham definitely doesn't run the offense. That's probably Phil Handy and some of the other assistants. Darvin Ham's probably the defensive guru on that team, which he does a great job at. And they've shined defensively. And he's a great leader because he's gotten this team to stay locked in, stay focused, and play together amid the hate from the fans, amid the media chatter. And look where they at now. And now y'all can't say that they beat a team that was injured. If they beat the Warriors is 100%. What's the excuse going to be? Are y'all just going to keep saying that Steph Curry choked? Or y'all actually going to finally just give the Lakers credit? Now, the one thing I do hope is, again, matchups matter. I don't think the Phoenix Suns will be the best matchup for the Lakers. I think Denver will be the better matchup. But I've been wrong about this Laker team because they've progressively gotten better so far. Every game they get better. Every time they lose, they come back better. Every night I think they don't have an answer. Some guy on the bench steps up and is the answer. Whether it's Rui Hachimura, where it's Jarrett Vanderbilt, where it was another night Lonnie Walker, Reeves can go off at any time. So now they got depth. And then you got D'Angelo Russell, who can explode anytime. Schroeder can make timely threes anytime. They got the depth. Alexander Fitzgerald, it's not the Suns' depth that worries me. It's just their star power. They got shot makers. Now, they're not playing very together, not playing good. They're probably not going to get past the Denver Nuggets. I just don't like the matchup. I would still pick the Lakers, but I think the Suns will be a tougher matchup for this team than anything. I think the Lakers are eyeing Denver. That is the team that just completely does not match up well against them. And in this Lakers series, y'all, when we talk about just the Lakers just being better, the Lakers, y'all, the Lakers have I've been saying this, the Lakers have the only unguardable player. They have Anthony Davis. Here goes Jared. He says, whistles should be swallowed in the playoffs, Lamont. No one wants to see free throw contests. Jared. That's not how basketball works. The whistle favors the more aggressive team. The Lakers have made a concerted effort to say, we're not going to sit here and we're not going to chuck up 1,000 threes. We're going to put our heads down and we're going to attack the basket. And then when they attack the basket, defensively, how do you realistically stop Anthony Davis when he's healthy and locked in? Is there a real way to defend his shots without fouling them? Because there's a lot of times where I see the refs swallowing the whistle just because Anthony Davis made the layup and the refs don't want to call so many fouls. If we are being honest, Jared, the Lakers should be getting more foul calls. LeBron should be getting more foul calls. You can't, like I said, the Lakers lead the league in free throws for a reason. And it correlates directly to this team. Like, because, you got Carcino talking about magnetic rims and all this stuff. Well, maybe the Lakers know that these magnetic rims are going to be favoring the Golden State Warriors, and that's why they driving in, taking so many dang layups. Yeah, people who blame refs, like refs did not lose basketball games. Out and thinking about conspiracies a lot, but refs don't. You can go back to plays in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, even early in the fourth quarter that account for that team losing. It don't matter. And then when I saw Draymond Green after the game, without saying in as many words blaming the refs, I said, "Oh, they done. The Warriors are done." When the Warriors resort to blaming refs, like when you resort to blaming refs, you defeated. Because now you're talking about forces that are non-basketball related. When we can look to that game yesterday and we look to that Golden State Warrior team, they take Klay Thompson, who's a great player, takes too many untimely shots. He takes a ton of bad shots. Steph Curry's forced to take a ton of contested shots. The Lakers are forcing guys who don't normally score, the Loonies, the Draymonds, the DiVincenzo's. They're forcing the ball into those players' hands late in the shot clock saying, okay, go make a play. And as soon as you drive, we got AD waiting on you under the rim. Go make a play. If you make a tough layup, we'll live with it. I just want to see what you do with the ball, DiVincenzo. Go make a play. Hey, Draymond, you got the ball now. It's 6 seconds on the shot clock. Go make a play. I want to see how you look against Vanderbilt going to the rim and Rui Hachimura standing there and help. Did y'all hear what Draymond Green said in the huddle? This is how y'all know if y'all actually pay attention. I'm going to find that clip. But remember, he had a hot mic yesterday. Did y'all hear what he said in the huddle? When AD started torching? He said, DiVincenzo, you got to get to the nail and show big. He said, I know there's nothing you can do about it, but at least just show big and maybe you can make him not go take that shot just by showing. Draymond Green even said it in the timeout. We can't stop these motherfuckers. They're throwing out gimmick defenses. They're throwing out gimmick stunts, hoping that the Lakers make mistakes. The problem is this ain't the Memphis Grizzlies. This ain't some team with young players that's going to make a ton of mistakes like the Sacramento Kings. They not going for the okie dokes. Remember what I told y'all? Remember when I did that NBA film study video? I said the Golden State Warriors run a ton of gimmick defensive schemes. They bait you into throwing the ball to people. They will bait you into throwing the ball to people that aren't probably as savvy offensively, but they'll look wide open until they catch the ball. The Lakers just ain't going for that goofiness. Did y'all see the alley-oop that Schroeder threw the AD? Like, it's not too many times where I've seen Draymond Green look confused on defense. He looked confused on defense yesterday. Because the guards, D'Angelo Russell, Schroeder, LeBron James, are all making the right reads. And they're not rushing. They're looking defenders off. They're making the right plays. They're being more patient. They're not turning the ball over as much, but y'all want to blame the refs. People like Jared, who can't understand or break down any of these things with any level of common sense. Y'all want to blame the refs. Golden State is just collapsing right now. They are just not very good. Wiggins, y'all want to start saying people are choking and they're not clutching. Where's y'all flame and ether for Wiggins? Wasn't people saying that Wiggins was the second best player on this team last year? Where's this ether and flame for Wiggins? Where's the ether and flame for Jordan Poole? This man making $140 million. Where is it at? I keep hearing people talking about Draymond. Draymond need to score more. No, Draymond ain't got to score no more than what he's already doing. That's not his job. Jordan Poole is now getting $140 million. Where y'all ether for him? Where are all the videos saying Jordan Poole is choking? Where are all the videos saying, remember, Wiggins, another guy that got paid. Where are all the videos that saying Wiggins is absolutely choking? Y'all so quick to say Giannis chokes and all these other guys. I've even seen videos that saying Steph Curry is choking. Oh, but y'all don't want to give credit where credit is due. Y'all just don't want to give credit to this Laker team. I told y'all at the beginning of the year, I said LeBron James and AD is a combination that's just hard to bet against. I don't care how bad it looks at times, it's hard to bet against. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to let y'all come up. I want to see how many times y'all want to keep blaming the refs. Y'all act like this is some scandal. Carcino for Life got y'all really believing the refs. Like the refs can't win or lose basketball games, y'all. Refs don't win or lose basketball games. Y'all got to stop saying that. Jared says the biggest problem is the bigger picture. I don't know what is the hell are you talking about, man? Jared says the biggest problem is the bigger picture. The league wants LeBron to get his fifth Lamont for the sake of the GOAT. Okay. All right. So Jared, basically, Jared, what you're telling me is that if LeBron James is able to win his fifth championship, you now have a built-in fake excuse as to why you shouldn't give him as much credit for it. So LeBron James can't get full credit for his fifth championship if he wins it because the NBA wants to see the bigger picture. They want LeBron. Like, come on, man. Y'all say narratives and y'all make up stuff that I don't know what does that mean? What is that? The league has been fine. The last couple of years, when LeBron hasn't been in the playoff picture or conversation, the league has been fine. Last year was an exciting final with Steph Curry going up against the Boston Celtics. We were fine. The league is going to be fine. Y'all act like the league just wants to do all this stuff for LeBron James. The league is fine without LeBron. And if the league really wanted to get LeBron his 5th championship, Jared, they would have scripted it so they could beat the weak ass Miami Heat that year. Why didn't they script that? If they really wanted them to have 5 or 6 championships, they would have just scripted them to beat the Heat, which would have been an obvious win. Nobody would have questioned anything if the Mavericks, not the Heat, the Mavericks. Nobody would have questioned anything if the LeBron James Miami Heat team would have beat the Dallas Mavericks. Nobody would have questioned that. They were the better team. They were favored. They had the better players. So who scripted this loss in there, Jared? Did they script that loss in there back in 2011 so that because they knew that LeBron James was going to play until he was dang near 40 at a high level, and they said, well, yeah, when LeBron James is dang near 40, we're going to script it so he gets to the finals and gets his 5th in. We don't want to give it to him right now. What are you talking about, Jared? And then y'all pick and choose when y'all want to play the conspiracy game. LeBron James loses, it's because the other team dominated and LeBron choked. LeBron James wins, it's because the NBA wanted him to win. Which one is it? If you're going to play the conspiracy game, play it with everybody. Don't just play it when LeBron James wins. Thank you, King Dolph. The Lakers are just better. It's not really that hard. It's not. It's like it's starting to become very obvious. The Warriors don't really have many offensive options. Right? I mean, like a lot of the shots that they're making right now is contested, like highly contested threes that you will live with. Like it's so many times where Steph Curry and Wiggins and some, like especially early in the game yesterday when the Warriors took that lead, I'm looking at some of these shots going in. I'm like, these is contested threes. I said, this ain't gonna last long. And what happened? It didn't last long. I don't know what y'all talking about. The Lakers just better. I'm not a Laker fan. I'm a Portland Trailblazer fan. But Jordan Poole is not playing up to expectation. Jordan Poole is playing like a guy that wants to get traded. He doesn't look like he want to be in Golden State. Right? Jordan Poole's plays extremely selfish. Klay Thompson's now got into this mode where because he doesn't want to pass the ball to Jordan Poole, he just will shoot bad shots himself. And Steph Curry's really the only guy out there playing. When him and Draymond are the only two. I would put Looney in there, but Looney's been sick the last 2 games. Or he has an undisclosed illness, so he hasn't even really been 100%. So I can't really put Looney in, but Looney's still done his job rebounding the ball. Percy said, I'm not a Laker fan. It's just funny. It's funny listening to the fans, from the Laker fans and to the people that hate the Laker fans or to the people that hate LeBron, just make excuse after excuse after excuse. And y'all Laker fans, y'all need to really stop trying to do real basketball breakdowns. Y'all got to stop. Y'all get to talking about drop coverages. First of all, the Lakers really wasn't even running drop coverage like that. They was icing the screen. It's a difference between icing the screen and drop coverage. They ice screens. They don't even really run drop coverage. But y'all see a big dropping into the paint and, that's drop coverage. Why is AD playing? No, it's not goddamn drop coverage. Y'all need to stop trying to do basketball breakdowns. And I think a lot of y'all's really getting it because y'all be listening to Mars over on Players Choice and Fluent, and they get to talking about drop coverages, and I'm like, what is y'all talking about? I was listening. Look, no shade to Mars, like over on Players Choice. I'm hearing this dude. He breaking down basketball. He was like, "Yeah, this team needs a secondary creator." What the fuck is a secondary creator? What? Who? What coach say that? Out of all the coaches I've been around, Lou Oates, all these, I ain't never heard a coach. Yeah, we make sure you always have a secondary creator on the team. No, nobody talk like nobody says that. Nobody does that. And then people be taking this Drop coverage, like I've never heard so many people say drop coverage this playoff than I've ever heard. But can't nobody tell me what drop coverage is. Can't nobody tell me what teams actually run drop coverage. No, James B, he was not trolling, man. Come on, y'all. Yeah, look, y'all be trying to get people out. He just had a bad take. People be talking about second. Like and the funniest thing, we were talking about teams in the 90s. He was like, yeah, that San Antonio Spur team, all they were missing was a secondary creator. What? In the 90s? All you needed was one point guard in the 90s. You don't need they wasn't running no pace of play where you needed a secondary creator. What? Secondary creator? And that's not even a real basketball term. Secondary creator. I want y'all to start go coach a team. I want y'all to go coach y'all team and be like, yeah, I want you to be the secondary creator. If the point guard can't create, it's your job to create. Like, what kind of, like, how does this work? The funniest thing, people keep talking about creation and creators and all this stuff. Everybody on the court needs to be able to create to a certain degree. You don't need no secondary creator, but everybody creates in their own way. Like, when we look at a guy like Jared Vanderbilt, he's not going to be on the floor if he can't create to a certain degree, whether it's create for himself or create for others. But you have to be able to, every basketball player, you don't get to the NBA without being able to create in some degree. So all these fancy terms, and once y'all start hearing people throw out these fancy terms, these made up terms that you only see in science books and all this stuff, y'all got to stop. And y'all got to stop talking about drop coverages, stop talking about real basketball breakdowns, and just be fans of the game. That's all y'all got to do. Just be fans. Stop talking about Darvin Ham is not a good coach. All this stuff, because y'all did that to Frank Vogel, and he won y'all championship now, and then y'all put so much pressure on, and now he up out of there. See, now y'all crazy. Look at Bruno. Bruno says LeBron is exactly like Pippen. In what way? I can't even acknowledge that, Bruno. That's what I'm saying, Wisdom Warriors. Look, I'm not even saying I do the best basketball breakdowns, but y'all got to stop faking like y'all really doing a basketball breakdown. Y'all got to stop. A lot of people be pump faking, and they'll just say it because it sound good, and they know nobody going to question it. I'll be just sitting there scratching my head, be like, what is you talking about? The Lakers run, like, I'm going to tell y'all how I know the Lakers ice ball screens. The Lakers' primary drill in their preseason workouts is called ice. It's a continuous drill where the guards are passing to the bigs. They're coming back for a DHO. They're attacking the corner, and the bigs are practicing how to ice the screen and then recover to the shooter. They don't even run drop. They spam icing. They ice the screen. When you hear Darvin Ham, I want y'all to listen next game. On every pick and roll attack from the wing, you're going to hear Darvin Ham yell, ice. He's yelling it to Rui. He's yelling it to Vanderbilt. Right? What happens then? How do we know that they're icing screens? Because you see Reeves and you see Schroeder and you see all these guards fighting for dear life to chase over that screen. And what are they doing when they chase over that screen? They're swatting and swinging at the ball. They're icing the screen. And when you see them chase down the screen, especially Schroeder, who's the best at it, you see them fighting to get back in front so AD can recover. Pooty says the icebox got Jordan Poole's head. Look, now y'all in here talking about Ice Spice. See, y'all just like y'all want the Warriors to win so bad. I've been saying for the longest time, Jordan Poole is just not that good. See, y'all was the ones getting fooled by them little 29 and 30-point outbursts when nobody was out there. Y'all was the one getting fooled by that. I've been saying for the longest time, this dude is Anthony Simons. And they should have traded him. You trade him before he shows his true colors. I don't know why y'all like Anthony's like my team is the Blazers. Anthony Simons is the same way. When Dame is out, when all the guys are out, he'll have a 35, 37, 40-point performance. Oh, yeah, he next up. But then when it matters most and you're actually playing a good game, okay, now he done shot 2 of 6, 11 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, and he played 39 minutes. Yeah, I'd be falling for that. I don't be falling for that goofiness. Yeah, so Laker fans, y'all need to stop with the trying to have the real basketball takes, man. Y'all listening to that Mars influent basketball lingo a little too hard, man. Now, Big Ox, he can talk a little bit of basketball, you know. But man, I'm talking about, man, y'all gotta stop. I'm gonna drop the link, man. Let me get this link in here, y'all, so we can get y'all here to cook. Link is in the chat. If you wanted the mods, can you please pin that the link? If you can pin the link, I don't even know if mods can pin the link. I might have to go pin it because I don't want to have to keep posting it. He says I need to 1v1 with Fluent on what topic? I don't think Fluent will want to debate me. What am I going to debate Fluent? The 90s? Where he going to lie? I tried to talk to that man Fluent about the 2-3 zone, right? This is how I know. This is like a lot of times when I just start general conversations with people, I just have vague conversations just to see where your brain is at defensively. Like, so when I talked about zones being able to slow up Michael Jordan, this dude ran to a clip where there was a post game. And Jordan was like, yeah, they tried to zone me, but, you know, I still found my spots and I picked my spots and, you know, we still got success. I said, Fluent. If Fluent, Low, Marsh, Ron, and Big Ock set up a 2-3 zone and try to stop Jordan, it's just not going to work. But a competent zone with a good defense would work. The good defenses like I want y'all to think, we're thinking about one of the best defenses of the 90s in the New York Knicks. Now imagine them having the ability to go man-to-man matchup zone with Pat Riley coaching them. That would impact Jordan. People be acting like I'm saying the LA Clippers of the 90s could stop Jordan in a zone. That ain't what I'm saying. There's good zones and there's bad zones. There's good defense and there's bad defenses. I'm not saying any zone can slow up Jordan, but people just don't know how to. They take one thing and run with it, and they don't know how to do real basketball breakdowns and analysis. Hey, salute Mahari, man. Mahari, I know you've been trying to get in here and cook on some stuff, man. What you got on this, Mahari, man? What you got on the Lakers Warriors?
Well, I kind of predicted that the Lakers would basically, you know, do a better job of defensively against the Warriors right now, and they've proven to be right thus far. I just think that right now they've done a great job of, you know, manipulating the defenses and really got the Warriors flustered. And right now, there's so much distrust within the backcourt, with the exception of Curry, of course. You know, Klay Thompson's, you know, is not passing up to shots for Jordan Poole. He's rather taking tough contested shots. You know what I mean? And also in the fact that right now, you know, Jordan Poole's been pretty much inconsistent throughout the whole series. It's really pretty much putting so much pressure on the other players to step up. And, you know, Draymond Green's been getting frustrated because he's been getting, you know, having his problems with Anthony Davis and the athletic front line of the Lakers. And you got themselves down 2-1. But I want Jared Thomas to come down here and basically try to explain why this is a conspiracy going on here. I want to hear that. But other than that, though, it's not a surprise that the Lakers are up 2-1 in the series, and I expect them to win tomorrow night and really put a stranglehold on the series, because I just think the Lakers right now have found their stride. But if they go to the Western Conference Finals, I think they'll have some problems with the Nuggets because of their versatility and also with the dominance of Jokic and the different matchups that they have to face against. It would create some problems. So, but as I predicted, the Lakers are taking care of business right now, and we'll see what happens. My question is going to be, how will how will the Warriors defend and play defense better this time? Because I'm tired of people blaming referees and saying like, oh, the Lakers got a favorite whistle. Listen, when you're driving the ball to the basket and creating contact and creating aggressiveness to the rim, you're going to get the benefit of the calls. I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, the Lakers are getting all the favorite whistles. It's script, man. Okay, I would like for you to try to drive the ball to the basket and try to, create some of the contact that the Lakers feet get. Because they're not taking perimeter shots. They're looking to try to create contact and getting to the free throw line. That's the biggest thing in this series right now. And then a lot of the Lakers haters need to understand that.
What's your name?
That's a fact. Let me get to Daryl Hargrave. Daryl, what's good, man? What you got on it?
Hello?
Yeah, what's good, man?
My only question was, the ref go for the Lakers. But my question is, what's the benefit of that? I don't get what they want the Lakers to. Huh?
What's the benefit?
What do you mean? Like,
the foul calls?
Yeah, the benefit of the foul calls, all the stuff that they wanted to win. I thought that Golden State is the darling team, and I don't understand. I don't understand that. What's the benefit?
I'll try to answer it for you, and y'all can piggyback off of it. I think one of the benefits of the fouls and why people are mad. One, it slows down the pace and slows down the game. That would be the number one reason that it slows down the Warriors' pace, slows down the game, and lets the Lakers set up their defense after the free throws are made. That'd be probably one of the biggest reasons.
No, but
the thing about this series, though, my apologies for the echo. I'm at work. But the thing about this series is this is one of the fastest paced series currently in the playoffs. So I don't really know how it works in terms of Warriors fans' perspective on a series. And that's literally a fact. It's one of the fastest paced series in the playoffs.
Here's the problem. The Warriors, let's go to the last game where they got blown out. The Warriors shot 13 of 44 from the three-point line. When you shoot the basketball in the NBA, the number one thing is the Warriors have done a good job of rebounding and getting the ball out quick. So when you miss these long threes, when you shoot the ball and you get these long rebounds and you jumpstart the Laker break because you're missing most of your threes, you're essentially, just by missing the three, you're essentially putting the Lakers in the transition, which the Lakers with LeBron James, one of the best teams in transition in the NBA. And then because you're playing in transition against LeBron and AD, that's another aspect that's getting you into a ton of foul trouble because you can't defend or recover in transition well enough after chucking up all these trash threes. So I think the Warriors' game plan, which is what they've been living and dying by, is the three-point shot. When they're making them, they're hard to beat because you're not going to be able to get into transition as much, especially this Laker team. But when they're missing them, it's completely over with. And the fact that the Lakers were able to win game one and withstand all the threes that the Warriors made in game one is just an indicator to me that you're just looking at one team that's just better than the other.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question with FYF?
Yeah.
Offensively, what do you think the Warriors can do to defeat the Lakers defense? Because I think when they have AD coming up on the screens, they really don't get a lot of the perimeter shots that they're trying to get to, at least efficiently and as open as they were in this game that they blew out the Lakers. So what do you think the adjustment that Steve Kerr needs to make offensively to be able to take advantage of or find an exploitation of AD picking up on the screen?
Bro, there's nothing they can do. Here's the problem. You just don't have enough offensive weapons. All your weapons are playing horrible basketball. Your offensive weapons, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, you have nobody coming off the bench that can score. Because remember, last year they had guys like Otto Porter and things like that. They were able to come in and be 3-and-D guys. They're not using Kuminga, who can actually score. they're by the name of Moody to be their knockdown 3-point shooter. He ain't gonna get it done. So they just don't have the weapons. They're gonna have to, if they win another game in this series, it's because either Steph or Klay goes ballistic, or they get some weird performance by Jermichael Green or somebody off the bench that nobody saw coming. Other than that, they can't score well enough. They can't get into the paint on this Laker team because the Laker defense is just too stout. It's just too hard. They can't get in there. Like, you driving in half the time, you got to see AD standing there. Like, you really want to keep driving? Why would you do that? So they just.
And then another thing,
I think.
I think the Lakers finished this series off in 6 games. I think the Warriors do get another game, but as far as the next series goes with the Nuggets and the Lakers, and I heard someone say that they think the Nuggets don't match up well against the Lakers. I actually think that the Lakers is probably going to run through the Nuggets like badly, and I think it's because they have the interior defensive presence that they need to have to be able to defend Jokic on a lot of the off-ball passes that he have to make. Like Jared Vanderbilt, because he can float defensively, I think they'll probably put Jared Vanderbilt probably on Jamal Murray, so that takes away a lot of the perimeter offense that they're going to get. And then on top of that, and I don't see Michael Porter Jr. carrying them through a series, and then I'm pretty sure they're going to put AD on Jokic. So I don't really know how offensively consistent their offense is going to be, what that style of play defensively, and it's going to take away a lot of the interior easy shots that Jokic can generate just off that alone. So I don't really know how they're going to match up against the Nuggets. I think they're going to run through them.
Let me get to let me go ahead and get to MacDef. MacDef pulled up. MacDef, you've been watching this Warrior team struggle against the Lakers, man. What are your thoughts,
man? Salute. Give credit to Anthony Davis and his defense. Even on his ups and down games offensively, he's been that guy defensively and set the tone for the Lakers. He's been playing great in pick and roll situations, playing both the ball handler and the role person brilliantly, deflecting passes. I think he's averaging like 3.5, 4 blocks a game, double-digit rebounds. So I give credit to Anthony Davis and the Lakers defense. You were definitely right about them shooting the threes and the Lakers getting out on fast breaks. LeBron James going downhill. I still got the Warriors. I still got the Warriors winning it. I think the two things have to happen. They're gonna have to set screens for Steph Curry, probably like at half court before he even passes the half court, to try to get him going downhill versus Anthony Davis 1-on-1. Because if they set screens at the 3-point line, Anthony Davis is going to eat up space. So try to set the screens even in the backcourt at the midcourt line and try to have a little bit more space to try to operate your offense and move the ball. And then also Steph Curry is just going to have to cook whoever is guarding him 1-on-1. No screens, straight isolations, and go to work. That's the only thing. That's the only two things that I could see differently that the Warriors can do offensively to try to win.
And that's not Warriors basketball, so you still playing into the hands
that
of
is
the
Warriors
Lakers.
basketball. What are you talking about?
Those high screens won't work offensively regardless, because the Lakers is just going to drop down on the screen. So we want to go back and run it.
That's Warriors basketball for Steph to cook ISO.
Steph Curry has cooked ISO. He could cook ISO.
I didn't say that.
Steph can only cook ISO if the Lakers want him to cook ISO. They control whether he goes ISO or not because they're the ones sending the coverages. If they want to double, if they want to stun, if they want to blitz, if they want to ice, because you can't go ISO because, you know, the way their offense is designed with all the split action, you can't just go ISO at any time. So you basically saying completely trash your offense just to go 1-4 flat ISO. Like, so what?
I didn't say that. The first thing I said.
If they start doing that, man, you thought 30 points was bad. They gonna get beat
the
by
first
60.
thing I said was them to set, instead of setting screens for Curry at the 3-point line where Anthony Davis can eat up space, start setting screens as soon as Steph Curry brings the ball up court, either in the backcourt at the midcourt line, so it gives Steph Curry more space.
Okay, so
but the Lakers aren't even going to cover that.
Hold on. No. Here's the next question. Who's setting the screens? Because if you have some random up there setting screens and he messes around, get 2 offensive fouls, then what happens to your game plan?
No, if Draymond Green sets a screen in the backcourt and at the half court midline. If Steph Curry gets space between Anthony Davis and his man, he has more space to operate their offense. Their offense has to come out even further. They usually start their offense at the 3-point line and running it. They have to start their offense
Why would
even
you have
further
Steph
back.
bring
I
the
don't think
ball
you
up?
have.
If you want him to get ISO, you would have Draymond bring the ball up, and you
That's
would just
not true.
You would go
On top, no. Okay, listen.
Not true.
I think it is true, but I think you switch the ball handler. I think you make Draymond the person who brings the ball down, and make
Steph
Klay
was
Thompson a screener. Because if you make Draymond the screener that high, they're not going to cover it. They're just going to
Steph was
blitz Curry off the screen every time.
Bro, they
Steph was
can't do
bringing the
that.
ball up. Steph was bringing the ball up against Sacramento. That's how he got 50. They simplified their offense. They had Steph bring the ball up regardless.
That works against the Kings.
Right.
That ain't
It
gonna
doesn't
work against
matter.
the Lakers.
They're the worst defensive unit in basketball, bro. It's
It
not the
puts
same.
pressure. It puts pressure on the Lakers, bro. Their perimeter defense ain't that great, like you're saying. Their interior defense is good, but Lakers, you see what Ja was doing against them. You see what Ja was doing. All he was doing was screening, rolling at the top, and driving to the rack. You see how easy that was for him.
You know what
It's
Ja
because
was
they
doing?
were giving Ja shots.
They didn't have no shooters. Memphis didn't
They're
have no
giving
shooters like
Ja
Golden State, bro.
shots. You compare
Hold on,
Ja Morant and Steph
hold on,
Curry.
hold on.
All
Their
right.
coverages aren't the same.
Hold on one second, y'all.
Somebody's gonna be open, bro.
They look out. If it just won't work against this Laker team because the one thing you got to give credit to Reeves, Schroeder, and
Not a good
D'Lo.
defender. Not a good defender.
It don't matter. It don't. Here's the thing: they don't have to be with this Lakers defensive scheme. They don't have to be great defenders. They just have to be great at doing the job assigned to them, which is stay in front, force baseline, and chase over screens as hard as you possibly can. And this is why you see Schroeder, because there was a couple times I think in game 2 where he got stuck with his hand in the cookie jar because they are fighting through them screens hard. There's really no other way to defend it. All they're asking them to do is fight hard enough to recover and get back in front while AD ices and recovers. And the guy that's usually screening for Steph is not a 3-point shooter. So if Wiggins screens, or not Wiggins, but if Looney screens, then AD can hang out in the lane a little bit longer than normal because he don't have to recover. So when you look to the last game, what were they doing with Looney? They were trying to sneak Looney behind AD, but what was happening? AD wasn't falling for the bait. AD said, I'm still going to clog up your space, Steph. Now, I want to see if you can throw this great lob pass to this unathletic Looney at the rim. And Steph refused to throw it multiple times. So it don't matter what they change. They're not good enough to make the Lakers change up the way they defend. The Lakers are going to defend the same way, and it don't matter what they change. You're not going to bait them into doing this kiddish.
Because
they're too good defensively. You're not going to trick them like that.
They brought up Ja Morant, right? Who on the Warriors could provide the rim pressure that Ja Morant provides? Who? Can you name one person for me?
Only Steph Curry, and if Jordan Poole decides to.
Hey, y'all, hold on. Let me get to brother Amari Juma real quick because he's been waiting patiently right there. Hold on, Chris. Let me get to brother Amari Juma, and I got to get to Mingo prime time, and then I'm gonna come back to you, Chris. Go ahead, brother. Brother Amari.
Oh, so my bad. Salute, Lamont. Hey, quick question, Lamont.
Yeah.
Before I get started, am I able to touch on a previous stream you did? I don't want to take the topic off too much, but if I can't, I'll just go on to the topic to today.
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, man, because I watched that Gil thing, man. Salute to you on that. That was a good interview, good back and forth, whatever. I mean, I wish I was there because I had a question for him that I like to ask NBA players that I do run across about.
Yeah.
Because I know you do coaching with the youngins and all that, and I don't coach them, but obviously with my religious background that you know of, I'm always talking to young kids too, and I go back to my neighborhood, and I like to use my personal basketball career, whatever you want to, example or whatever, to answer the questions they have for me, and real quick so I can hurry this up, because again, everybody that do know, I got a scholarship to Liberty. I didn't take the scholarship because I was, I guess, in my feelings, I didn't get the scholarship to the school I wanted to go to, right? And so, you know, my career was what it was. And so now when I talk to these kids today, I be wanting to give them certain advice, but I don't want to give them advice based on what I did because everybody's different. Now, in my opinion, I turned out okay based on my family dynamics, but everybody's family dynamics is not the same. So I really wanted to get his insight on what do you tell a kid that's facing with getting a scholarship not going the way he wanted to go, what advice would you give that young brother or young sister to to make the decision that's best for that family? You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? So,
but hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take that question. I'm gonna snip it. I'm gonna send it as a voice message to Gilbert, see if what he sends back. But the way I would answer it is, I got a couple guys that just left my program and they're moving on, trying to get their D1 opportunities. But I tell people, go where you're wanted. Don't go where you want to go. So here's the key. Like, if you go, like, let's say a kid has an opportunity to go to Duke, Kentucky, Ohio State, and then Northwestern. But let's say those big blue blood schools, they just want you because you're a 5-star guy. Or they just want you because of your name. They just recruiting you because of your name. But you just got to go with the coach that wants you the most, the coach that's calling you the most, the coach that said he's going to integrate you here, do this X, Y, and Z. You got to go where you want it, where you know where your role is. But don't go where you want to go. Don't go to Duke because you think they have a cool jerseys, good locker room, all this stuff, and you love the atmosphere on the campus. When you start making choices like that, that's when you find yourself transferring 2 and 3 times and you can't find a home. You just got to go. You got to go. This is why Jay Wright does a good job at Villanova, of keeping players, because he just goes and recruits the 2 and 3 star guys. He don't even mess around with the 5 stars. He ain't about to. He don't want people coming to Villanova because the campus look nice. He want to go get guys that want to be there. Just go where you want it, even if it's a D2 school. And that's what a lot of people get confused on. They be chasing the D1 offers so hard that they forget that some of these D2 schools is elite. And you can have just as good as an opportunity to make it by going D2 or D3 and playing for a school that actually is going to utilize you and wants you on their team. So,
all right. Well, my bad. I ain't want to. But let me get to the game as far as this last night. One thing you said earlier, Lamont, that I really did like, and I think this will go over people's heads, and it's not a new concept. I think every team say this, but it was very telling when you brought up the Draymond Green conversation and the timeout about telling the show big. That's very telling because I called the same thing, and basically, I mean, it's not rocket science, but he was telling me, look, show there, spread your arms out. It's basically about giving the perception about that you taking up more space than you actually is.
Yeah.
And so that makes Anthony Davis second guess about making that pass or funneling him where he wanted to go. And it's funny is when you telling a guard to do that, like you said, they just don't have the personnel. You know what I'm saying? It's like now you gotta tell a guard, hey, show there, so big. Again, that's about perception. That's not about reality. You know what I'm saying? So again, it can work sometimes, but like enough times Anthony Davis see that he gonna go with his first nature and be like, I see who's there now. You know what I'm saying? That ain't Looney or nobody. That's Devin Chinzo. So, as far as the fouling, man. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying like on that play too, because this was a play where AD just kind of turned, made a quick move at the rim and scored a layup, and DiVincenzo had to choose: do I help off the nail? Or do I stay attached to Reeves, who can make this corner 3? And so he has a tough decision right there. And that's why Draymond was like, you at least got to show. You can't just completely abandon. You got to show, even though there's nothing you could do about it. That's what I'm saying. Like the way that you hear them talking, they sound like they're trying to find some type of gimmick to beat this Laker team, but they don't really have a real plan. I don't think they have the personnel to beat them. They're using gimmicks. And I just don't know how to. That's why I said the gig is up. I said it's up now. They figured you out. That's why when I saw LeBron James and Darvin Ham smiling after game 2, I was like, oh damn. I said these motherfuckers, they know something. They figured it out. They know something. This next game is going to be the tell-all.
They 3-1 against this. They 3-1 against this team this year for a reason though. Like it's not new. Again, the Lakers all season, particularly since that Boston game, that the Lakers have created more contact because of their play style. The Warriors don't foul. They foul a lot and they don't get foul calls because of their play style. What we were actually watching is just 2 extreme play styles play each other, and the better play style, the better team is going to win out. And so far through 3 games, it's been the Lakers. Now I want to meet McDuff halfway. I do think there are some changes that Golden State can make because look, the Lakers, as good as they playing, they're not perfect. They still have a whole bunch of holes in their particularly their offense. Because their offense can get real stagnant. All right, defensively, look, they're the best defensive team to me left in the playoffs. The Warriors they're gonna just have to figure it out. But I don't want to totally just dismiss McDuff when he said there's some things they can do. Yeah, I think there are some things they can do, but ultimately I believe the Lakers will win out because defensively they're good. And when you still got LeBron James even at 38, he's still 6'9", 250. Anthony Davis is 6'11". D'Angelo Russell is 6'5". Like, this is a big team. And I think people that was picking the Lakers from the beginning, particularly somebody like a month, when you got LeBron and AD in your lineup, beating them 4 times in a series is going to be hard, particularly when they have other guys that have lengthy defenders around them. Like, all they need is adequate shooting. They don't need exceptional shooting. Get timely shooting, and their defense to do the rest. And then LeBron James, when he can muster up the old LeBron James from time to time, then you just got a problem on your hands. It's gonna be hard to beat this team 4 times in the 7-game series. Fouling and not fouling, it doesn't matter, man. But that's it.
That's facts. Let me get to Mac. Hold on, we got to Mac that from prime time. What's good, man? What you got?
What's going on, y'all? As far as last night goes, we gotta give credit to the Lakers. They deserve to win. Even though, granted, Warriors were whooping their ass for a good chunk of that first quarter onto this first part of the second quarter. I don't know what happened. Do I feel that there was a point that the refs did take over the game? Absolutely. It just seemed like every 2 seconds, free throw after free throw after free throw, and that's not what fans want to see when we watch these playoff games. The Warriors played like shit. I don't know what happened. Maybe the free throw, maybe the refs getting involved, got to them mentally. It took them out the game. Jordan Poole, look, I think it's time when you start calling out Jordan Poole. Because Jordan Poole has played an absolute fucking trash throughout these whole playoffs. Had one good game. One good game in these playoffs. He's the $100 million man, and he's playing like shit. And not just playing like shit, he's out there making dumb decisions. Jordan Poole needs to be called out. Wiggins need to be called out. Klay is not. We all say Klay is not the same guy that he once was. There's only so much Steph can do. But I think even with the free throw difference, I think if the Warriors actually tried to actually fight, I think the game still could have been close, in my opinion. They just gave up. They just gave up when they realized, hey, the refs ain't on our side. We ain't hitting shots. Fuck it. Let's go to game 4. I'm sorry. Screw it. Let's go to game 4. Game 4 is going to be huge. Whoever wins game 4, I believe, will be a big momentum shifter about who's going to win this series. I still say I'm still going to roll with the defending champs, Warriors, in 7. But the game 4 to me will be the biggest indicator on who's going to win this series. No question.
Sorry, bro. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So Jordan Poole, okay, this is my take on Jordan Poole, and I want to see if y'all agree. Although Jordan Poole been bad, I'm just talking about. I don't think Jordan Poole has been bad all around. I think defensively, he's the same player that he was in the regular season. I just think his scoring has been bad. Because if you're watching the games, Jordan Poole's playmaking, I feel like has taken a step up in the playoffs to replace his level of scoring. But defensively, he still has the same volume. He's still bad defensively. And then Andrew Wiggins, offensively, as a scorer, hasn't been well, but I think he's played well all throughout the playoffs defensively. So I don't really understand, outside of the scoring output that they're not giving you, what you mean by they're playing bad.
Can I rebuttal that just a little bit? Hello.
Yeah, you
Go
good, bro. You
ahead.
good.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you actually know what Jordan Poole is shooting? Like, not just for this series, but overall. Do you know what his shooting splits are? He's averaging 11 points a game on 34% shooting and 23% from three. On top of that, he's giving you, and again, I'm being nice when I'm saying this, mediocre ass defense.
At best.
Sorry.
But you're referring to the things that I just said that he's not doing well. I said his scoring and I said his scoring and his defense have not changed. He's always been a bad to mediocre defender. So you're not referring to anything that already wasn't the case. And his scoring is down in the postseason. We understand it. I said his playmaking has been well. If you're watching the games, he's still breaking down defenses. He's still creating passes.
I mean, just because he got a few more assists, that don't mean nothing, bro.
Assists doesn't mean you're a good playmaker. I'm talking about on the court.
Jordan Poole is getting ran off his spots, and the thing is, his shot IQ, just in this series alone, has been abysmal. And it's not just that.
But you're going back to everything You're going back to what I just said.
Bro,
you're going back to scoring. He's referring to scoring. Shot IQ, that's scoring. I said playmaking.
No, I'm telling you, he is unplayable, period, in these playoffs. Every time they try to run that 3-guard lineup with Curry, Poole, and Klay Thompson, it looks ugly defensively. He's unplayable. You can't.
So who should they put at the spot, bro? Who should they put at the spot? Their personnel is poor. They have poor personnel. They have no choice but to run Jordan Poole on the floor. And then you're referring to the shooting split. You're referring to the shooting split, but not addressing his playmaking. His playmaking has been great in the postseason.
It's been okay, bro.
No.
What are you talking about? Oh my God.
Hold on, y'all. Look, hold on, Chris. You can't say Jordan Poole is unplayable. It's just like people like this. It's just the style. The Lakers are dictating the style of play. They're dictating everything because the Lakers said, no matter how many threes y'all make, no matter what y'all do, we still gonna attack the basket with everybody. Everything that they do is catered towards getting to the basket. And if they're not getting to the basket, they driving and kicking. So that means you got to scramble if they kicking it out. If you defensively can't adjust to that, if you can't get in front, if you can't stay in front, if you can't defend without fouling, and which Jordan Poole struggles with, recovering out the three-point shooters, giving effort on kickouts. If you can't do that, then it's going to be hard. But the thing is, the Warriors got here by allowing Jordan Poole to play with a ton of horrible tendencies. He has a whole bunch of bad tendencies that are now getting exposed because the Warriors now don't have the offensive firepower to dictate pace. They can't dictate how this series go no more. They're going to they're the ones scrambling, making all these adjustments. The Lakers ain't making no ton of adjustments. The Warriors are the ones out there scrambling lineups and adjustments and all. The Lakers don't got to do nothing else but keep playing. So they screwed. They allowed Jordan. They paid him $140 million to do what he's doing now, which is be a shot maker and give lackadaisical effort on the defensive end. And that's just what you get in the playoffs. You get a guy that's not bought in on the defensive end, not and really entirely bought in on the offensive side of the ball. And this is what you get. They paid him $140 million to do this. They incentivized this right here. So I don't expect it to change. There's nothing the Warriors can do. And you cannot play. You can't not play him. If you
do you think it's effort or him just being defensively not talented? Because defense is skill, a level of skill.
No,
I don't think it's his effort as much as he's not skilled defensively. He has poor lateral
as well.
He has poor. Hold on. Bro. He had okay. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying he's not skilled defensively as a defender. He's horrible at reading offensive sets. His slow on his feet laterally. He's not a good defender overall.
No, he's not slow laterally. He's not slow. I want y'all to look.
Defensively, he's slow. He gets blown by consistently.
No. I can pull up video of him not giving any effort contesting the 3-point line when passes a kick to the weak side. He don't give effort. Like he does some things that
you can do the same thing with Anthony Davis, who's the best defender in the league.
What you mean? Anthony Davis and LeBron James have been given, they're not just good defenders, but they're good defenders who are also playing with extreme effort. That's why this Laker defense is so crazy right now, because LeBron James and AD are playing, they're good defenders playing with a whole bunch of effort.
AD is only inconsistent on the offensive end. Defensively, for the most part in this series, and even in the Memphis series, he's always given it. He's always been great.
Bro, he let Xavier Tillman go for 20 and 10 on him in a postseason game, bro. He let Xavier Tillman give him 20 and 10 and lock him down.
Did you watch that game?
Hold on.
I watched the whole playoffs. I watched every single Lakers game in the postseason. Every single game.
And I
Defensively, he's had a historically great postseason run.
Hold on.
He's had a historically great postseason run. I'm not denying it, but that doesn't make him a consistent defender. He's not consistent offensively or defensively.
Hold on. So you're saying because Xavier Tillman had one good game in his entire career, that's what dictates to you, determines to you that AD is not a consistent defensive player?
No, I'm not saying that. Because that's his career. That's how he's always been. He's not. I'm just referring to that. He's not a consistent defensive player overall. He has games where it's pick and roll. Listen to what I'm saying. He has. Hold on.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's a bad take, Jay.
It's not a bad take. Hold on, I'm waiting for the people to come through the hallway so I can talk. I don't want to have them in the background. All right, listen. He has games where AD is probably the best pick and roll to the second best pick and roll defensive player in the NBA. But consistently, if you watch the games, his pick and roll defense isn't consistent. And that's where a lot of his volume comes. Interior defense, pick and roll, and his ability to switch on smaller guards. But if you watch the games, his pick and roll defense is not always consistent. Like in the Grizzlies series, it was great. Let
me ask you a question. Give me one player in the NBA. Give me, especially because the way the NBA is played today, give me one player that's consistent in pick and roll defense.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is no.
But you're asking him to do the impossible. If it's impossible for even the best defenders to be consistent defensively in the pick and roll, why are you holding AD to that standard?
I'm saying when AD isn't consistent in the pick and roll, he plummets overall defensively. I'll refer to a game on what I mean. I'll refer to a game on what I mean. Do you remember the regular season game where they were missing LeBron and John Morant had the highest scoring quarter of anybody in the regular season? Did anybody watch that game? AD was the only person who played. He played that game. I believe Jaren Jackson was on the floor. John Morant scored like 28 points in the third quarter of that game. If you watch the game, and this is what I mean, AD's interior defense and pick and roll defense in the first half of that game was extremely dominant. But in the third quarter, once John Morant was picking them apart in a pick and roll, he plummeted overall. John Morant was going to the rim at will. And he was scoring all of his points in the paint on who was supposed to be the best interior.
A great player attacking the rim for one quarter. Now we're gonna downplay AD.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm referring to situations, but he does that on a consistent basis. What I'm trying to say is when AD's pick and roll defense isn't at the level of which it peaks, he is not overall as much of an impactful defender as he is, because that's where his defensive value is as a rim protector and a pick and roll defender.
Two things to answer your question as far as the Ja Morant game and pick and roll defense was going on. Number one, Ja Morant had a great quarter and a great game, and he was knocking down shots, which we know Ja Morant is not a great shooter. So if Ja Morant all of a sudden in a pick and roll is knocking down his shots, it would be easier for him to get to the rim. You can't ask Anthony Davis to be Superman. That's number one. Number two, the defensive assignment of pick and roll defense is different from player to player that Anthony Davis has to guard. You're not going to guard Ja Morant's pick and roll the same way you guard Steph Curry. You're not going to cover jump out on Ja Morant and stop him from shooting and give him a driving space. But you're not going to drop on Steph Curry and allow him to shoot. It's different. So different players calls for different situations of guarding a pick and roll. Anthony Davis has been one of the best defenders in pick and roll, and he's one of the greatest defenders of all time, and he's proven that in his career. This series, his main role is to eat up freaking space and dominate the paint, rebounding and blocking shots. If the Warriors are a three-point shooting team and as great as they claim to be, allow them to shoot three-pointers, contested threes, and we'll live and die with that. That is the Lakers' game plan, and that's what they're doing. You can't ask Anthony Davis all of a sudden to ISO with Steph Curry one-on-one. They're not going to do that.
Heck, we can even go back to heck. To be honest, though,
but y'all put defense. I think there's too many times where we put defense on one player when defense is broken up into three parts: scheme, individual, and team. And when AD struggles in the pick and roll, I'm not looking necessarily to AD. I'm looking at the matchups because does he have a lob threat behind him that is rolling off the screen? That's going to change how aggressive he can be in pick and roll defense. Is the guy coming off the pick and roll? Is he a guy that can finish at the rim at an elite level? Is he a 3-point shooter? So AD's job is actually the hardest. He has the hardest job because he has to make the quickest read and the toughest read, and he has to get it right the majority of the time, or he's gonna get cooked. And look, AD gets it right most of the time. As long as everybody else, as long as his scheme is right and all the other coverages are right, he's usually getting it right the majority of the time. He does not make a ton of mistakes in the pick and roll. I don't see it.
Everybody.
His job responsibility, because he has to help and then recover a lot, and so that's just really tough. Because if you watched the game last night, like you said, he got to make the decision either to commit and went to decommit and go back to his guy. Last night you seen when Steph Curry would get to the middle of the paint, AD would just follow him. Like he was just hands up, follow him. And usually, when Steph Curry get in that paint, he used the rim as his protection, left or right hand, other side to get the layup. He couldn't do that with AD because he's so long and athletic. You know what I'm saying? So you see that AD help, sometimes even trail Curry till the switches can happen, and he got to get back to Looney or whoever the pick and roll guy that he. So his help responsibility is really difficult, and he's doing just an amazing job at it. I think that's why.
Lamont, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Do you think Anthony Davis's defensive peak is right now? Do y'all think this is peak Anthony Davis defensively?
No, 2020 was probably his peak.
Yeah.
Just defensively, not as a player. I'm talking about defensively.
2020 was probably his defensive peak.
I still think he's there.
I still think he's. If you're talking about just in doing what he job at his position, he's still top 5 at his position defensively.
No, I think he's the best defender in the league. I think he's the best defender in the league. I used to have Giannis as the best defender in the league, but I don't know how anybody else feels, but I feel like his defense has plummeted horribly bad. I don't think it's the same defender he used to be. I think AD is the best defender in the league. Giannis, and I'm a Bucks fan. I don't think his defense is anywhere the same as it was about 3 years ago.
Giannis he just don't have the perimeter defense AD has though.
No, but it's not even that. I just think from an effort standpoint, like Giannis's perimeter defense was always not as effective, but I don't want to get off subject here, so I'm going to refer back to the Lakers. But Giannis's defensive impact on the perimeter wasn't always as effective, but he was still able to guard the perimeter. It's to the point where I see him get cooked by people who are not even good shot creators or elite shot creators on the perimeter, and he's just getting cooked. It's bad. And it's even his interior help defense. He was known for a roamer, his roaming defense. That's why I think AD is the best defender in the league. I think he's the best help defender in basketball. I think he's better than Draymond. And I had Draymond as the best help defender. But I don't think he covers so much space and he has so much versatility. That's why I think AD is the best help defender in the league.
Man, you're not wrong. I just think AD I think what you see now, AD, I think he's a smarter defender now than he was in previous time. I think previous time you just seen his athleticism and his just second nature taking over. Now I think you see him really understanding what he's doing when he's making the moves he's making. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I think he's the best. This is why I think he peaked now. I don't think he peaked in 2020 because I think AD's perimeter versatility peaked in 2020, but I think overall as a defender he peaked now because I think this is the best rim protection. I'm talking about as a rim protector that we've ever seen from AD. I'm talking about with blocks accumulated, the ability to affect shots. I think this is the best.
He was a monster.
Because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why it's hard to judge. It's hard to accurately assess that because this is one of the better defensive Laker teams that I've seen. I mean, they got a ton of weapons. And when you got that many weapons, it's going to make everybody look good defensively. LeBron looks better. Reeves looks a little bit better. I mean, even D'Angelo Russell looked a little bit better. And he's not even really a good defender just because he's just on a good defensive team. So everything can look a little bit better because of the team. Individually, I don't really think individual defense is really that impactful in an NBA game because a good individual defender can get schemed out real quick, and you don't have no impact. And we saw that with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is one of the best, or even Drew Holiday. I mean, you can scheme out a good individual defender, but you can't.
Do you think this team is better defensively than the 2020 Lakers team? Just defensively, I'm talking.
Yeah, I think they are.
Because I think they have way better perimeter defenders on that team.
I don't. I think
no, not on the perimeter, bro. No,
they had Caldwell Pope. That's what I'm saying. They had KCP.
Yeah, but they were smaller.
Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso's a menace on the
perimeter. No, they weren't small. They had the White Howard. They had the White Howard and JaVale McGee in the rotation.
Yeah, but this team right here, is more length. They have more players that can guard the perimeter and the paint, like a Rui and a Vanderbilt and AD and LeBron. You got 4 guys that can play solid, good defense on the perimeter and in the paint. And then you got good guards. And you don't have the greatest individual defensive guards, but somehow Darvin Ham's gotten these guys to play hard defensively, and they just doing their job.
Schroeder is a good defensive guard, though. Schroeder.
Yeah, Schroeder's good defensively. He's probably the best of all the guards. And then you got Lonnie Walker, who will go out there and defend. Not the best defender, but he actually goes out there and plays hard. And I mean,
I don't know if it's thing or better. I don't know if it's better, but this team is just more versatile, like you said.
I just want to say on a sidebar.
I don't even know if they're more versatile.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can go. No, you can go ahead, bro. You can go.
All right. I was just gonna say real quick, as a sidebar before I get to my Jordan Poole take, I hate Minnesota for trading away Jared Vanderbilt because we would have loved to use him by now. We gave him, man. You see how well he's doing for the Lakers right now? We could have had that.
Y'all got other issues besides that, like IQ.
I know, bro.
Shit, y'all could have kept Walker Kessler. I mean,
thank you. The Timberwolves traded way too much for Rudy Gobert, bro. Way too much.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but back to my.
My bad.
All right, who is that? Who is that, brother Omari?
Yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else get in.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but as far as my Jordan Poole take is concerned, I mean, here's how I look at it. I look at it like you just take the good with the bad when it comes to Jordan Poole at this point because he is who he is at this point. I mean, he's excellent offensively. He's a very good playmaker, but his defense has always been bad, even going back to college when he was in Michigan. And I saw a lot of Jordan Poole games when he was playing in Michigan because I'm from Minnesota. And I can tell you right now, he has somewhat the ability to be a good defender. It's just more of the mindset that's been a problem with Jordan Poole. That's one of the reasons why he was drafted way lower in the draft than he should have been because his motor on defense is particularly low. And it's been like that even when he got to the Warriors and became who he is. So it's not a huge surprise to me because, his defensive prowess is always going to be what it is. But I just think that now you're just stuck with playing that 3-guard alignment because you don't have anyone else on your bench to really supply the offense. I mean, I like Dante DiVincenzo, but let's be real. Are you going to put DiVincenzo in there in place of Jordan Poole? I don't think the Warriors would do that. I mean, they might just to try to see how it looks, but I mean, at this point, the Warriors are just scrambling to try to make adjustments, and the Lakers are just dictating how they're going to play this. So I'm done.
And to piggyback off what you're saying, but I think his motor is low defensively. But let me ask you this: does anybody on here agree with me that defense is a skill? Would y'all agree with that? It's not just effort defensively.
Partly.
Because there are players who are athletically gifted in the league who are high motor players who are just still bad defenders. Defense is a skill. So what are you talking about? There are plenty of athletic players that are poor defenders.
Well, I'll say it like this. My interpretation of it is that it's basically both ways. You can have the ability.
Got a lot of background noise. If you got background noise, just mute your mic because I'm hearing a lot of noise in the background from somebody's mic. It's hard. I don't want to mute anybody, but man, just mute yourself.
Right.
You got a lot of noise going on.
Right. I'm watching the Celtics and the Sixers right now. But as I was saying before, I just think that it's kind of, I would say it's 70% mindset and 30% skill from my viewpoint. Of course, you can have the skill set and the abilities to be a good defender, but it's about your makeup and how do you prepare defensively is what separates from the great defenders. That's what I kind of look at. I just look at Jordan Poole as a
skill.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is Bam Adebayo so let me ask you a question. Is Bam Adebayo is a better athlete? Would you agree Bam Adebayo is a better athlete than Hakeem Olajuwon?
Is a what?
Better athlete than Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's not it.
No.
Bam Adebayo is a better athlete than Hakeem Olajuwon.
No.
What? Oh my God.
It's not even close.
No, he's
as an athlete, not as an athlete.
No,
I don't think the question was framed that
Bam Adebayo.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe try asking the
So
question.
you don't believe?
No.
You said what?
No.
You don't believe Bam Adebayo is a better athlete?
Nope.
What do you mean by
I've
finding
been
the
watching
question
Bam
again?
since his rookie season, bro. I'm a Heat fan. No, he's not a better athlete than Hakeem the Dream, bro. No, he's not.
Yeah, maybe it's the way you
That's
ask.
blasphemy, bro. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so let me answer this. Maybe I'm watching the wrong game, bro. So let me answer this. You believe Giannis is a better athlete than Hakeem Olajuwon?
Close, but
Or where would you? Let me ask you a better question. Where do you rank Hakeem Olajuwon as an athlete? Just as an athlete.
It's hard to grade athleticism.
Because I don't
Where is this
believe
going?
Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't believe. I'll tell you why. I don't believe. Listen. I do not believe that I believe Hakeem Olajuwon was one of the better athletes at the center position. But I believe there were better athletes than Hakeem Olajuwon who were also high motor players who just weren't good as him defensively because they lacked defensive skill. That's my point. So I believe there are players who are better athletes than Hakeem and who are high motor players just weren't as skilled as him defensively. So that goes back to Jordan Poole. I believe, yes, at times he could be low motor, but even when he's high motor, he lacks the skill overall to be a good defender. There are plenty of players like that who are high athletes, high motor players on both sides of the ball who are just poorly skilled defensively.
Jay, here's the thing. In the NBA, because all of them, you don't get to the NBA by not having an athletic bone in your body. What separates the best defenders from the worst defenders? And the one thing that I've noticed is just guys that study the film. Because at the NBA level, I don't care how fast or athletic you are, you're not going to stay in front of a guy like a Ja Morant. You're not going to stay in front of a Trae Young unless you study film and you start learning player tendencies and all this stuff. You know, did they shoot a higher percentage going off their right hand or their left hand? Did they struggle? Did they like to pass here? Did they like to step back three? The players that like to break that down and really get into the film and study, those are the best defenders. But you're just not really being a great defender because you athletic or because you fast.
But Lamont, that's a skill. But Lamont, that's a skill. People who read, studying basketball, and being able to evaluate the court for what you study, that's a skill.
But what I'm saying with the Warriors' defensive system, Steve Kerr's done a good job of dumbing it down to the point where he don't have to be a great defender to have success in that system. He just needs to play hard. Like Steph Curry. They didn't ask Steph Curry to go out there and be the greatest on-ball defender. They just said, Steph, we need you to fight over screens, chase, and we need you to not get beat in one dribble. We're not asking you to be a miracle worker and do like Mitchell off the Kings and stay in front the whole time. Just don't get beat off one dribble, and the help defense is going to do the rest. And Steph Curry he does his job well. They simplified it for him, and with Jordan Poole, they simplified it for him, and he's still not even doing the basics.
No, but Lamont, see what you're doing.
What's your background, bro?
Look,
who is that?
I heard that. I just stepped in the booth, so I'm trying to get rid of my background noise. But Lamont, what you're not emphasizing or evaluating on is, it's not the same for Steph Curry as it is for Jordan Poole. When they run the lineups where they put Jordan Poole at the 2 guard and they put Klay at the 3, he's forced to be a defender. He's forced to defend. Even with Curry throughout his career, only within the last 2 to 3 years, Curry did not have to be hid on defense, which forced everybody else on the Warriors team defensively to have to defend. The problem is he's a poor perimeter defender, yes, because of low motor, but also because of skill. It doesn't matter. Regardless of the Warriors' schemes defensively, he's still going to be exploited because his job, regardless of the fact, because of that Warriors' defense and offense, is to defend, especially when you're running a lineup that small. So you still have to have some sort of high volume perimeter defense, or even okay to mediocre perimeter defense, so Draymond Green can play the role of the help defender, of which he has throughout his entire career. but you can only do that as a solid perimeter defender. Hence why last year they worked so well because they had multiple perimeter defenders who could switch, and they could switch multiple different players and still have Draymond as a floater or a roamer on the defensive end to help. But they don't have that anymore because they don't have the personnel.
But I'm not big on having to be great individually to be good defensively. To be great, that Warrior team has a ton of holes defensively all over the place, and I don't want to put it all on Jordan Poole. Right now they just don't have the personnel. They don't have the personnel to beat the Lakers. They're not as good. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going to ask Jordan Poole to not do something we know he can't do. But the Lakers are dictating everything. If they want Jordan Poole in a one-on-one matchup, they getting whatever they want. They are dictating that. If Jordan Poole is struggling somewhere on the court, it's because the Lakers are forcing those actions, and they're putting Jordan Poole in situations where they know he struggles. The Lakers are dictating everything. So you got to give kudos to the Lakers for sticking to their game plan, knowing how to target weaker defenders, just keeping the floor space. And one thing that they are doing now better than they've done any time of the year, they might not start off the game making shots, but when they need a shot, D'Lo, Schroeder, LeBron, AD, they making timely buckets. When they need a bucket, they make them timely threes to keep the lead spaced out. That's what they doing well. That's the difference.
Salute to you, Lamont. This is my theory as far as what I observed so far. And salute to everybody on the panel except for McDuff. I heard Draymond Green on his podcast allude to the fact that he instituted a lot of the defensive principles for the Golden State Warriors. Regarding the Lakers' success, in my opinion, the guards for the Lakers is putting a lot of pressure on Stephen Curry to where you can't hide him. You saw D'Lo go off, score 11 of their first baskets in the first quarter to kind of set the rhythm for what they was doing offensively and kind of keep them in the game. One of the other things is the Lakers been playing must-win basketball, high-intensity basketball since the All-Star break. And during that time frame, they were able to develop a lot of good habits defensively and offensively that's working and that's continuing to work in this series. They're a bigger team than the Golden State Warriors, and Golden State turns the ball over anyway. The Lakers are making them pay on that end by converting on a lot of those turnovers. And right now, they just look like the overall better team. That's just what it boils down to. LeBron has, more than anybody else in the league, has faced this team in the finals and now in the playoffs. So he knows this team in and out more so than anybody else. And somebody asked a question earlier regarding which has the better defense, the 2020 Lakers or this one. I would say this one is a better defensive team because unlike the team that was in 2020, you can't play nobody off the floor. Like you were able to play Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee off the floor. You can't play Vanderbilt and Hachimura off the floor. So to me, this team has bigger perimeter defenders with Hachimura and with Vanderbilt. So to me, this is a better team. Overall, they have a third guy. Like that's the tricky thing is you don't know who the third guy is going to be. So it's hard for Golden State to kind of hone in on a specific guy. You already know you got your Anthony Davises and your LeBron James, but you don't know who that third guy is going to be on any given night. It's Hachimura, then it's Vanderbilt, then it's D'Lo from the last game. So it's kind of hard to key in on somebody when you don't know who it is. So to me, the Lakers should win this series in 6 games. I'll give them the next game. I think Golden State will go back home and get that one, and the Lakers close them out, similar to what they did to Memphis. And their ability to win the first game kind of allows them to set the tone on how the series is going to go. That's why I always think game ones are very essential to the Lakers because they can dictate everything, and it gives their role players confidence. It gives them that ability to taste victory, so that way they know what it's like. So to me, Golden State is in trouble. As far as the next series, whether it's Denver or Phoenix, I think it's going to be Denver, to be honest. I think the Lakers do match up. Somebody alluded to this, that they have the interior defense to match up with Joker. They don't have a physical body like they did with Dwight Howard back in 2020. But on the other end, Joker doesn't stand a chance against Anthony Davis as long as he's motivated. Appreciate you, Lamont.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Does the Lakers play great defense for all 3 games, or was it just yesterday?
I believe they played it in yesterday, of course. I believe they did in game 1. Lamont alluded to this as well. Golden State had a really good game one. They just still lost in game one. Whenever you can hold a team, they made over 23. Somebody got a TV going or something.
Yeah, somebody.
Dude, y'all dudes with y'all panel etiquette. Lamar, you need to start booting some of these people.
I'm trying to figure out who it is, man. It's hard to tell, man, because they just be having the sound coming through their mic from far away. I don't know where they are. It went away now, so hopefully we good.
That was me. That was me, man. My bad.
I felt in game one the Warriors caught their second win like in the fourth quarter when they went on the 14-0 run. To me, they didn't have the legs the first 3.5 quarters because of that game 7. I think they played good, but they didn't really catch their second win until the fourth quarter. I don't think the Lakers defense, they played great this last game, but to me, I think it's just a make or miss league, and the Warriors is just missing shots. Credit to the Warriors defense. I mean, the Lakers defense. Like I said, Anthony Davis deserves a lot of credit for them, stacking the paint, him blocking shots, and making them shoot contested threes. But I still think it's a make or miss league.
Macduff, I got a question for you, sir.
Lamont, do you have that Celtics game on the background? Are you watching that Celtics game?
No.
I think we all
what's up?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
It's close.
Bro, you got to watch that game, bro. That game getting crazy, bro. That game getting crazy. They came back. It's 96-96, 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I got the score in front of me.
97.
98-97
Boston.
Yeah.
Quick question for you, Macduff, because me and you had this debate where you thought, well, you're the only person in the world that think this, but you said that Stephen Curry's impact is far greater than Jordan's, Kobe's, LeBron's, everybody in NBA history, and he's done more with less. So how does he look to you in this series after 3 games?
He looks like he's carrying the offense. Game 1, he was a leading scorer. Game 2, he had 12 assists and shot like 50%. I think he was like 7 for 12. To me, he's the leading scorer of his team, leading the team in assists. He's carrying the offense as much as he can. What I think he's going to do now is for the rest of the series, I think he's going to put up 30 plus points for the rest of the series, win or lose, and he's going to get his 6 to 7 assists. The issue is he going to get enough help offensively from the other players? I don't know that and you got to give credit to the Lakers defense for that. But Steph Curry has played great this series.
You really think so? Shooting 9 of 21 in the last game is great. To me, low key, he's getting carried. Because if you look at the same game you're referring to, game 2, where he had the 11 to 12 assists, who had the most points and who really carried them offensively in that game? What was the X factor of that game? It was Klay Thompson, right?
Klay Thompson hitting those 3-pointers. Yeah.
Okay, so Klay Thompson had the bigger impact than Stephen Curry did in game 2. I think everybody who saw the game would agree.
When he hit the 8 shots, hold on. When he hit the 8 shots, most of those was assisted. Like I keep explaining with this dynasty, how he did more with less. And Lamont, please help me out on this. Is Klay Thompson to you a bucket getter? Like, can you give the ball to Klay Thompson and say, "Go create your own shot. Go
Yes,
score the ball."
Now you can. Yeah, he didn't have it before. He has it now.
When have we seen Klay isolated? When have we seen?
We saw Klay isolate against Sacramento. He hit a ton of baseline fallaways in the ISO. He's done it this series. Really, it seems like those are the only shots he's making. He's actually seemed like he was struggling the most with the catch and shoot threes. But he added some to his game. He has that little ISO in his package now where he can take you off the dribble, shoot the threes. Probably not get to the rim, but he definitely can create space and get his jumper off.
I agree. Klay had one bad game this series.
And see, Macduff, this what you keep forgetting, Macduff, because you keep trying to suggest that Curry don't have any help. But this is the point that you failing to realize, right? When you talk about a finals MVP, they rate that finals MVP winner off impact. So when you go back to 2015, sure, Stephen Curry, he averaged more points than Andre Iguodala. But Andre Iguodala's impact was greater than Stephen Curry's. That's why they gave it to him. When you talk about the ones in the middle, the ones with Kevin Durant had the greater impact. That's why they gave them both to Kevin Durant. And if you go to 2016, Macduff, if the Golden State Warriors go on to win that series, Draymond Green is going to win the Finals MVP because he had more of an impact than Stephen Curry. I don't know what's so hard for you to understand that. You keep talking about this dude's impact is greater than Jordan's and Kobe's and LeBron's
that's cap.
impact
That's cap.
and all of this bullshit, but you failing to realize this dude has been to a lot of finals, and he has 4 rings, and he only has 1 Finals MVP.
I disagree.
Like, I don't understand what
his
you getting at, bro.
His offensive impact is up there. He generated
It's
a lot of
up
shots.
there. It's
up
up there,
there.
but that's not what the
Offensive
record
without
says.
Klay. If you watch basketball, he generates a lot of
Dude,
shots.
I watch basketball, and I'm sitting here breaking it down, and I wasn't even talking to you. I'm talking to Mac Def because I need for him to answer these questions for me. So if you got a multitude of players that's winning Finals MVPs based off impacts, then how is he has the greatest impact out of any player that we ever seen?
They gonna say that they won the Finals MVP because of Steph. That's what they gonna say.
No, they didn't win the Finals MVP because of Steph. Give credit to KD.
People were saying KD playing one-on-one because of all the attention Steph provides and all that stuff. That's what people were saying, bro.
No, those are facts. The thing with me is the offense of the Golden State Warriors for this whole entire dynasty run has been one of the best offenses all time. Period. Point blank. Now, the leading scorer of the dynasty has been Steph Curry. The leading assist guy of the dynasty has been Steph Curry. The leading
the finals.
Hold on. Steph Curry, he averaged 31 last year. So the leading 3-point shooter of this dynasty the whole time has been Steph Curry. He has been the leader in every offensive statistical category of this offense. If you take Steph Curry away and put Kevin Durant on the Golden State Warriors and take Steph Curry away, they don't win. You don't believe that they can win because there's something missing. If take Steph Curry off the Warriors and put KD on the Warriors. Just take.
I agree. I agree.
Hold on.
I agree.
One at a time. Let me ask the question again. So this whole entire from 2015 to now, take Steph Curry off the Warriors and just leave Kevin Durant there. What do you have?
No, make them. You speaking. Listen, make them.
Dynamic. That's
you
not
speaking facts. I agree with you. You need Steph Curry because when Stephen Curry went out, when it was just Draymond, they ran a lot of ISO and they were losing. So I do agree with your point there. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the impact in the finals where you can look at these games from game to game and be like, okay, Stephen Curry was the reason why they won that game. Like I said, bro, I'm from Cleveland. I'm born and raised. I was at a lot of those finals games between the Cavs. I didn't see this tremendous impact that's far greater than anybody I ever seen. Because if that was the case, look at 2015 all over again, McDev. Just evaluate that real closely. They were talking about giving that finals MVP to LeBron in a loss. So even in a loss, he had a greater impact than Stephen Curry did.
That was the media. That was the media doing that.
No, it was a lot of people. It wasn't just the media. Can I finish my conversation with Mac Def? I'm not talking to you, bro. So Mac Def, this is what I'm saying, bro. Okay, Iggy win finals MVP because he had a far greater impact. Second in voting in that MVP race in the finals was LeBron James in a loss. So why didn't Stephen Curry do that? Why didn't Stephen Curry lead in all statistical categories? You keep talking about all these assists and points and all of this stuff. Why didn't we see him do that?
To me in 2015, I would have gave the Finals MVP to Steph. To me, games 1 through 6, he was consistently the best player on the court.
Bro, they was down 2-1 until Iggy got put in the starting lineup.
Let me finish. So consistently means
that's his fault.
Hold on. Consistently means games 1 through 6. LeBron James was the best player on the court. Games 1 through 3, he was averaging 40. He was looking like Jordan in '93. But games 4 and game 6, he was not the best player. When it was tied 2-2, game 5, Steph Curry put up 37 points and averaged I think like 6 assists. So he had the far better impact on the swing game. Yes, Andre Iguodala's impact on the series was felt because he kind of slowed LeBron James down, if you want to say that.
Nah, not kind of.
And also he provided.
No,
he provided offense.
The lack of help offensively and LeBron tiring himself out is what slowed him down. Iggy literally didn't do anything. It was just
exactly. It was
LeBron
wrong. I said
That's cap.
I said it sarcastically. I said it sarcastically when I said I
Yeah,
guess.
he's trying to take away Iggy's impact.
No, I'm not taking away nothing from Iguodala. I just explained to him that Iguodala's impact was far greater. So how was I taking away from Iggy? What happened in that
like
series?
you're saying because LeBron
what happened?
was tired.
Dude, let me finish, man. Because you shut up. God damn, you keep.
Bro, you shut up, bro. Like you the one that keep talking.
The hell up. And let me
acting like you having a one-on-one with this. Bro, there's a whole bunch of dudes on the panel. You trying to have a one-on-one?
His name is Mac Def, not George. Shut the hell up. So Mac Def, like I was saying, bro.
Man,
LeBron James was doing everything. He was getting all assists, rebounds, points. Once they made the switch and took Mozgov off the series, LeBron's offensive load had to go even greater because Mozgov was the second leading scorer in that series for the Cavs. Was he not?
I don't know. Was he?
Yeah, he was.
15 seconds left. Who y'all got winning this game, y'all? Let's deflect. Let's deflect. It's tied up. 14 seconds to
go. Have a one-on-one date with a whole bunch of dudes
got
on the panel.
Chris.
Hold on, Chris. Set your punk ass up.
Nah, nigga, you the punk, nigga.
Hey, I'm just talking to you, bro. Sound like a sucker.
Hold on, y'all.
I'm
talking to you, bro.
Get some bass in your damn voice. You sound like a sucker.
Lamar,
where do you be fan of these dudes from, man? Like James Harden.
Going to overtime. I think we're going to overtime.
From the slums. Like, dude,
I got this series going 7 anyway.
Boston, feminine ass nigga.
Nigga sound like he woke up next to a dude. Like,
hey,
shut up.
Who y'all got winning this game? It's going into
Boston.
overtime.
I
got the Sixers, man. Y'all niggas is funny with
this.
I mean, but look, this wasn't going to be easy. I mean, if the Sixers are able to get it done,
He just missed. They're going into overtime.
Yeah, we're going in overtime.
I got Boston. I'm a Philly fan. I got Boston winning this series though, and this game.
I got to go with Philly in overtime.
I don't trust Doc Rivers or James Harden.
I'm going with Boston, man.
James Harden hit the shot to tie it to go to overtime.
I still don't trust
him. By double digits, bro. They blew the lead. They blew the lead. Now their momentum is in Boston's side.
Still don't trust them boys.
But overtimes usually favor the home team.
Harden got 39.
Yeah, Hollow Man showed up again.
Yeah, I got this series.
I think they got this. I think they got this on the team. I think they got the roles reversed. I think for this team to be their best, Harden needs to be the best scorer, and Embiid needs to be the kind of secondary guy.
So he needs to fall back and let James Harden go to work. Then
they're better when James Harden cooks.
Yeah, but James inconsistent though. If his shot not falling,
facts, man. James Harden gonna go 2 for 8 on you.
He's only inconsistent because the offense is designed around Joel Embiid.
I mean, he's a mismatch though. I'd rather go through Embiid than Harden.
But will Embiid concede, given the fact that he just won MVP? Will he concede that to James Harden?
He's doing it right now.
Yeah,
I think he will. Joel, I think he will.
Al Horford's always done a good job of slowing up Embiid, making it tough on him. Always.
Al Horford got 5 right now. He's killing.
But I'd be mad at Joel too. He don't be Shaq Diesel on them niggas in the paint. I'd be mad.
Hey, it's only one Shaq, bro.
Euro stepping ass nigga. I hate that sometimes, bro.
I'm trying to figure out how Al Horford blocked Embiid's shot. That's my question.
It's called timing.
His ass old as hell to be doing all that shit.
Yeah, but he's in great shape though, and he's a great defensive player.
Bro, you just time. The blocks are just timing. They all can get above the rim. It's just time it right. No, it's not too crazy.
It's a good series so far with the Warriors and Lakers. I just think going forward, you're gonna see Steph Curry in attack mode. I think he's gonna throw up ridiculous shots. He gonna put 30 up plus points up for the rest of the series, win or lose. So we'll just see what the Lakers do.
Yeah, but will that take the rest of the team out of their rhythm, Mike Dub? You ain't gonna beat the Lakers. This ain't Sacramento. You're not beating the Lakers with one guy. He ain't gonna score 50 and
Anthony
expect
Davis
to beat the
still
Lakers.
has to be consistent though. You're not winning unless Anthony Davis puts up double doubles.
Ricky 954. You don't act like Harden don't got an MVP. Harden an MVP of the league too. And did it in more dominating fashion. When he won MVP, it wasn't no question. This year it was up for grabs. It could have been Giannis, Jokic. I mean, shit. This style of play that the Sixers are running right now, it can get you so far, but it's gonna be tough. Tatum scores right there. They tie the game in overtime.
Oh, you must be a little ahead of me because I just got what's his name? Just hit a layup.
Yeah, I got it on the screen. I just got it running on the screen. I'm just looking at the live.
Oh, you're not watching the actual game? Okay.
Yeah, Maxey just scored.
Yeah, Maxey just got a layup. Tatum with the floater. It's a good game, bro.
Is Joel Embiid impactful in the paint, blocking shots and rim protecting? Right, he got to step out because Al Horford, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's all design. He can only be as good as where he has to defend.
In the last game, they was getting to the basket. He was trying to block their shots, but he couldn't get to it, contesting. But they was going at him in game 3. Tatum and Brown.
Hold on, what channel is the game on? What channel y'all watching the game on?
ESPN. I'm watching it on ESPN.
Yeah, I got the ESPN app.
Can't find this shit.
Salute to Hulu, bro. They had every playoff game, man.
Man, football. Salute to football.
Yeah, I need to get my Hulu Live TV back because it's way better than Sling.
Sixers better not lose this game, man. I had y'all going 7 with these niggas.
Yeah, Philly better pray to whoever it is they pray to. They win this game.
Shit, I had Philly in the finals.
What?
Be careful, Mingo Justin.
Mac Duff, you really? I just gotta ask you this, man. It just bugged me. I gotta ask you. Honestly, truly think Steph Curry is the GOAT, or you just saying that just for people to attack you or just to come at you off of views or whatever you want to call it?
Mac Duff. I mean, Mingo. Me and him had a conversation. He trolling. I don't even know why I engaged. And to the homie I was arguing with, I apologize. I don't even mean to call you out your name, bro. It's just all basketball at the end of the day. We don't all know each other. It's just basketball talking. I apologize to you, Lamont, for doing that on your stream. But me and Mac Duff had a conversation. He don't believe that. And Mac Duff, you admitted that you don't believe it. So I'm done with you, bro. I'm not saying nothing else to you.
I do. I got Curry, bro. Like I said, his impact is ridiculous.
Go again with the nonsense.
What Mingo Jester? There's only 2 players in history that won 2 championships without a top 75 player: Kobe and Steph Curry.
Okay, so what?
Curry. So Curry's not on Kobe's level.
What about Team Elijah won one
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not on Kobe's
2 championships.
He's not on Kobe Bryant's level. He's not.
Because Clyde came at the end.
Top 75, 5.
Listen. I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
Those are just facts, though.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Steph Curry is a great player. I take nothing away from Steph Curry. He's a great player. His impact is amazing. I take nothing away from him. But dude, we talking about guys like Kobe, Jordan, guys like that, bro. That's another stratosphere, man. LeBron, that's another stratosphere, dude. I'm just gonna be honest.
That's based on what though? What the hell is Jordan B doing?
Yeah, he took that.
You say that this is the greatest era of point guards, right? Who would disagree with that?
I agree with that.
So a man who's playing in the greatest era at his position, and then plays against a guy who everybody, about 45% of the people, considers the GOAT, LeBron James, and he dominated the game in an aspect of changing the way we play basketball.
So let me ask you:
he's not in and that guy is not in consideration of top 10. That's my.
But I'm gonna ask you this. I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna ask you this. Do you really think that Stephen Curry dominated more than Michael Jordan did, or LeBron did, or Kobe did, or even Tim Duncan and guys like that?
I think Steph Curry he went to 5 straight finals. He did it with less, and to me, he did it. First of all, he broke Michael Jordan's and the Bulls' record. And when he did it, name a superstar teammate that he had in 2015, 2016.
Hold on, you say he did. You say he broke Michael Jordan in a regular season record, but then blew a 3-1 lead but then blew a 3-1 lead in the final.
You said
to the dude you said he got more impact than
dominate. You said dominating. That has
hold on, Mac. Listen to what I just said. You said that he broke Michael Jordan in a regular season record, which he did.
Sixers win.
But then he blew a 3-1 lead to the guy you say he got more impact than you.
Correct. He does.
And
he
got
does.
more
The numbers say he has more impact.
No, the numbers don't say it because
How does that make any sense?
MacDev, outside of shooting those 3-pointers, Stephen Curry literally does nothing better than LeBron James. Stop it. And you keep missing this point. While Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron was winning all NBA first teams and getting all defensive teams. Name me one defensive team Stephen Curry made. Just name me one.
0.
Exactly. Case closed.
Okay, so and again with that,
Bro,
I always
hold
ask
on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Y'all talking about some BS. I just watched Joel Embiid do a move. I don't know if my camera angle is crazy or something, but it looked like he traveled his ass off.
Euro step, Lamont. Come
bro,
on,
he traveled, bro.
I mean, to be honest, this game is some BS.
No, that was a good move, Lamont.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, call it the African step. The African step.
I told you about 5 minutes ago. Joel Embiid needs to go Shaq Diesel on him. All these fake ass Euro steps.
This game is some BS. This game should have never went to overtime.
I told you
Afro step. Afro step.
I keep on telling y'all that these 7-footers doing Euro steps. Blame Steph Curry. That's what
I think they're gonna challenge to play.
Nah, that was a dribble, gather step. Don't do that, Lamont. Don't do that.
Hold on. Y'all got that was 3 steps.
That was 2 steps after the dribble. Don't do that, Lamont.
Man.
The first step was the gather step. The gather off the dribble, and then 1-2. Gather 1-2. We see it slow mo.
I've been playing too much basketball for me. For you to try to convince
hey,
me
this ain't the YMCA. You know the NBA gives you. You know the NBA. You know what they do.
Hey, you know if we was at the YMCA, you know what we doing? We shooting for that.
No, but see, to be honest though, I don't even know what travel is in the NBA.
Nah,
you
know when you dispute a
NBA.
call and when you dispute a call in the YMCA, we got to shoot for it.
Okay.
Nah,
I get what you're saying, but in the NBA, what is travel, Lamont? What is travel in the NBA? Like, break down what travel is.
Okay, no. So in NBA, you got 2.5 steps. So a half step is your hop. So you get 2 steps in your hop, not a Euro. Joel Embiid took 3 steps. He had 1, 2, and then the Euro was his 3rd full step. That was a clear travel.
But they called offensive foul. So you think it was an offensive foul?
Hold on, they switched it.
They called it an offensive foul. That was the call on the floor. They're about to challenge it.
Yeah, I think it's offensive.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think because the thing is you have to overturn the call. It has to be overwhelming evidence. And when I'm looking at the replay right now, I don't know if it's enough to overturn it. If they overturn it, maybe they see something in Secaucus, New Jersey, or maybe Carcino was right, man, and they got to, somebody hit a button or something. I don't know.
Oh, why you
Hey, hold on. Check this out, though. No, how did Carcino pull up a picture of, and he said, this is the control room. I said, motherfucker, that's not the control room, bro. That's just the replay center, man. Shit. Man.
Oh, nah. Yeah, call stands. You're right, Lamont. The call stands. Dang.
So, Lamont, that step back 3 that James Harden got, that's not a travel. I thought a step back is supposed to be all one motion.
No. So what James Harden, what they're doing is they're using their full 2 steps on the see, a lot of people think you only have 2 steps on your drive, but he's using his 2 full steps on his shot. And so it looks weird because we've never seen anybody use their steps to take a jumper. We've only seen 2 people use their 2 steps to take a layup. And so he's just taking advantage of the rules. And that's it. That's why refs can't call it, because when you break it down and you look at the film slowly, it's good.
I thought you were supposed to dribble before you take a step.
I mean, you do. You're supposed to dribble before you take a layup, and then once you dribble, you got 2 steps. You got 2 steps before you go into any offensive move, whether it's a jumper, whatever. So he's just using his steps.
Okay.
Hold on, they took the bucket away?
Yep, offensive foul. Took the bucket
That's a
away.
wrap for the Sixers.
Hey, Lamont, you got your membership thing back up and running, bro?
I'm about to turn it on this weekend. I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm about to turn my monetization on over there back on. What up?
Talk to us about the importance of defense with no fouling in the playoffs, Lamont. Damn.
You just got to defend without. I mean, it's easier said than done. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, it's hard. It's not easy by any means, but to defend without fouling, you got to have a good team defense. So, I mean, and most teams don't have good team defense. So.
And I hear what you're saying about the Curry and all-time great debate. I think he got a great debate if he wins a championship. Well, I think we can do that in the offseason. Let these brothers play it out, see what goes down. But he got a top 10, definitely a debate for a top 10 if he wins a championship, right? But this is my question. What I saw adjustment in the pick and roll offense of the Warriors, right, was a major adjustment, changing matchups, putting Vanderbilt on Draymond Green, right? How would you guard that pick and roll, Lamont, when we're talking about high pick and roll, which dissected the Lakers in the game 2, and you're talking about Curry, the best shooter of all time? You can essentially trap, you can switch, or you can just play it straight up one-on-one. How would you guard a high pick and roll?
Well, you gotta look at it, because sometimes you have the guard switches that you gotta look at, and then you got the guard to big switches, and then sometimes you get situations where you got big to big switches. So you got to have a game plan for all three of those scenarios. The most common scenario is going to be the guard to the big scenario, because Draymond and Looney are setting the most of the screens. And so you have to have a game plan. Do you want to allow Steph? Do you want to smother Steph? Do you want to ice Steph into giving the ball back to Draymond? And once you give the ball back to Draymond off of ice, then you got to worry about Draymond driving and kicking to the weak side. So you got to basically pick your poison. And I think the Lakers have chose to live with the fact that we're not going to let Steph Curry beat us. He's not going to have one of them 50-point outings on us. We want to see Poole. We want to see Klay. We want to see DiVincenzo and Wiggins. We want to see all these other guys make threes or make open shots, anybody but Steph. Steph's going to he's going to get his points. He's going to make tough shots, but you can't give him the easy ones.
And then, so if you have an all-time great defender like Anthony Davis, are you hedging that pick and roll and living with
no, I never hedge with AD.
Recovering on the screen?
No,
or
I'm icing the screen the same way they're doing it now. I'm icing because the guy that you kick it back out to is not like Draymond. We saw him make that mid-range shot a few times, but he's not making it at the clip to where I worry about icing. So I'm gonna continue to ice the screens, have AD emphasize helping the guy that's attacking in, but then recovering to the big that's on the perimeter. If it's Looney, then what they were doing with Looney was they were sending Looney behind AD while Draymond would pop. I'm not worried about Looney at all at the rim. If they throw a lob to Looney, he gets a layup. I'll live with that. He's gonna have to score 30 points doing that, which he can't.
Mm-hmm.
So James Harden just knocked down the three, take the lead.
Damn.
115, 116, 19 seconds to go. James Harden came through in the clutch. Boston got the ball with 10 seconds to go. Damn.
You way ahead of me, boy.
They say Embiid can't pass out the double team.
Damn, hold on.
Pass, Embiid. Great pass.
I think Philly just won it off James Harden 3.
Ooh, hey, don't call it. I got 12 seconds left. Don't call it yet. Don't call it yet.
Shit, I'm still on 26.
You gave it up, bro. You gave it up.
My bad. Oh no, it's on the screen, y'all. It's playing.
Yeah, but I'm watching it live. I'm not even watching my computer right now.
Mute your mic.
Marcus Smart 3. Oh, does that count?
Hell no.
Don't count. No, don't count.
You going 7, man. Like I said.
Ooh, Marcus Smart.
Hey, that's crazy.
That's
James
way
Harden
after the
took
buzzer.
2 games, man. You know,
that's way after the buzzer. That's way
gotta
after
give James Harden credit, bro. He took 2 games from Boston, bro.
How many you got? How many points you got? Like 40, 44?
Hold on. They didn't count it. They didn't count it.
Game over.
Game over.
Oh, Philly. Big win. Big win.
Dang, Africa, you got that Africa
hold on.
satellite
look,
over
y'all.
there, man.
Look, y'all. I keep telling y'all. See, what are y'all gonna say about
From the
James Harden
motherland.
now? James Harden in the clutch. Is he not clutch?
No, he's
Is he
not,
not
Lamar. He
clutch?
gonna have to do this for the next. He gonna have to do this for the
Hold
next
on.
5 years. He gonna
No,
have to do
no,
this
no,
for the
no.
next
Give him
5
some
years.
credit, Khalil, man.
All it
I
takes,
ain't giving him nothing.
I mean, look, you don't get too many opportunities to make these clutch shots. And when he got the opportunity this year, he's dispelling the narrative, man. They didn't give the ball to Embiid late. They didn't give it to the MVP. They went to James Harden. James Harden made all the big shots to finish the game.
I mean, I understand that. That's fine, but he's been more inconsistent than consistent. So he don't get to sin Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday all of his sins is repented. That don't work that way. His ass
Nah,
gonna have
they
to do
better.
this for the next
I
5
want to
years.
see them beat Boston. I want to see them win a series. Damn all these. I want to see him win a series.
Yeah, I want to see them boys go
That's what I
7
wanna
and beat each other up. That's what I want to
James
see.
Harden with the clutch 3.
That man got like
But
40
Lamar, you
plus
ain't giving
points a
Embiid
game.
enough credit. That was Embiid's gravity getting down low, getting deep into the post, doubled by Jalen Brown.
Man, get out of here, man. You on that African connection. That's all you
Nah,
You
that
ain't
was
fooling nobody.
Embiid getting doubled, pass out to Harden.
I got you.
That was good spacing. Well done, Doc Rivers. You know what I mean? People in their right spots to be able to utilize the double. Embiid
James
kick out,
Harden.
cash.
So would
Well,
y'all
at least
agree?
James Harden is being a closer. That's what he needs to do. Joel Embiid's gonna
Ben
handle
Simmons
everything
wouldn't
else.
have made that.
Wow.
Ben
Would y'all agree Philly does have a chance to win this series, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
I picked them to win the series.
Okay, good. So if they don't win this series, and once again Joel Embiid don't get out of the second round, how do you rate him?
He gets smoked.
I don't rate him. I mean, what do you mean as far as his career goes?
Yeah, because he can't get out of the second round, bro. Now this is a favorable matchup for him. He just won MVP. He got James Harden clicking, so you can't use James Harden as a scapegoat like they did with Ben Simmons for so many years. So what's the excuse now if he don't make it out of this round?
But what I'm saying is, I don't like. It's hard for me to judge that because most players are gonna have years like that where they lose in the second or third round or even the first round. Then rounds where they actually get to the final and win. So it's hard for me to say how I'm gonna judge them because most players are losing in the second round or in the Eastern Conference Finals or even in the first round, more so than getting to the final. So I think you got to judge him more so individually than anything, not team.
Copy that.
He's still great. He deserved the MVP, but he gonna get smoked.
By who?
By me. I don't know by who else, but he gonna get smoked by me.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, though.
7'2", 300-pound on a Euro step. Nigga, if you don't back him down, nigga, turn around,
Bro,
drop step.
Okay. So you basically saying you could stop that Euro. What you gonna do if a 7-footer Euro down the lane with you?
Not a damn thing.
You
not gonna do nothing.
I'm gonna look at if a 7'2" come down Euro stepping at the lane. I'm gonna look at dead at the referee saying that nigga traveled. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
the
all.
funny thing is, you actually have a better chance of defending him if he's back to the basket. If you got a 7-footer Euro stepping, there ain't nothing you can do. That's why they call.
There's not a damn thing you can do about it.
As skilled as Joel Embiid is, I would rather go. If I was in the NBA and if I was that big or something, I would rather guard Joel Embiid than guard Shaq. Period. Not fucking with Shaq. Joel Embiid want to shoot them shots? Go ahead, shoot, nigga.
Okay, but so you putting Joel Embiid up there in the echelon of Shaquille O'Neal, which is good.
He should be. Yes, that's why he's getting smoked.
So it's not a slight.
7 foot 300-pound ass.
But Mac, that's not a slight to say you're not as good as Shaq. I'm like, all right.
No, it's potential. Dwight Howard get the same smoke from me to this day, old hamburger ass.
If just being big and 7 feet gave you the potential to be like Shaq, then a lot of people would be like Shaq. Can't nobody do what Shaq does because Shaq is one of a kind.
TV.
Yeah, somebody turn that TV off in the background. Yeah, ain't nobody. We never will see another Shaquille O'Neal ever. I don't know why we even compare people to him.
But Shaq wasn't just power. He had finesse as well. He just wasn't dribbling, taking Euro steps and 3-pointers. That's what I'm saying. Joel Embiid can be just as dominant in the paint.
Yeah, but
why do you want
him to do it? Why can't he do it his way? Why he got to do it Shaq's way?
All right, do it his way. Go do it his way. And when he lose in the second round, he gonna get smoked.
Why? How come you ain't telling Looney to do that? Like,
he gonna get smoked.
Why you only putting it on Joel Embiid? Why can't
hold on? Looney is hold on. Is Looney grabbing more rebounds than Joel Embiid?
Does Jokic need to be like Shaq? Or does he need to play his style?
We'll see what happens with Jokic. He gonna get smoked too.
Who do you got picked to win the finals, McDuff?
I got the
Warriors.
chance until somebody beat them.
He
I
got the Warriors.
had it as a rematch in the finals, the Celtics versus the Warriors at the beginning of the season. So I'm still sticking with that.
Bro, for your Joel Embiid to make that pass, that was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm saying is, because like
look at young Africa.
He really could have just taken the layup. Like, and that would have been a play right there. If James Harden misses his shot, people would have killed Embiid.
All on James Harden. Facts.
People would have killed
But
Embiid.
Embiid made the correct. He made the correct play. That was the play that was given.
Y'all see that's the fine line between videos getting made saying that you getting exposed and you not clutch.
Yeah, that's the thing though, Lamont. Like it's one of those plays where it's like if it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation. And in most instances, people that don't know basketball are gonna say, "Oh, Embiid made the dumb play. He should have taken the shot." Oh, Harden did his thing, man, but Embiid still take the shot because he the MVP. Man, bro, you don't know basketball. I don't want to hear that no more.
Man, if he passed up a layup to a person for a 3-point shot, that's still bad basketball. I don't.
Bro, he had two people on him though.
It was people under the basket, McDuff. That was the correct
play. That was a good play.
No, that play, yeah. But I'm just saying, in today's NBA, they still do that. They pass up layups to get the ball to a 3-point shooter.
But you're right, Lamont.
That's still bad.
If he doesn't make that shot, that 39 points before he misses that shot in the clutch, James Harden don't matter, and everybody talking about how he lost the game, and so you're right about that. But would you say that was a play that defines James Harden's game, or does he have a good game either way, even if he misses that?
I've always liked James Harden's game. I just think that,
no, he talking about the game tonight, Lamont. He had a good performance.
James Harden, like in this series, I'm not saying in all series, but in this series, James Harden needs to be the best scorer. That's where his impact in this series, where he needs to lead the offense and not put the onus on, because they're not going to beat this team consistently going to the post, telling Joel Embiid to beat Horford and all the bigs that they sending at him. They just too elite down low defensively. So they got to start with James Harden and Maxey, and then play through Embiid as they spread the floor out more. And that could change the next series when they play like the Heat or somebody, a smaller team that can't defend as well, or somebody like that. But
what about the Knicks? What about the Knicks if they come back and win the series?
That's not happening. I'm sorry, bro. That's not happening, bro.
The Knicks is different because that big center they got is much better than I thought defensively.
Mitchell Robinson, yeah, I agree with that.
He and then the help that they could send, because Thibodeau's he's not gonna let Joel Embiid beat him. But I don't know. The Knicks have posed a different threat, but
they got to get past Miami right now. So yeah.
Jimmy Butler whooping the Knicks. He in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, the Knicks don't stand a chance, man.
I think it's going to be a rematch. Celtics.
I don't even know how the Knicks got past the Cavs, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. I had the Cavs in 5. I thought they was going to smoke the Knicks.
Lights was too bright. That's what Jared Allen said. He said, "Man, the lights was so bright," or something. He said something like that.
Bro, I'm trading him ASAP after saying that, bro. He is gone.
Trading who? Jared Allen, you said?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you basically saying you was out here nervous? Nah, you got to go, bro.
It's weird because he was in the playoffs with the Brooklyn Nets, so what lights were too bright?
How are you nervous?
That's a square guard.
Expectations.
I don't know.
Expectations, Khalil. The expectations are different.
Like I always say, though, bro, like the playoffs exposes the players that really want to be there and exposes the people that are just here for the money. I mean, that just is what it is.
Hey, that's a fact, Bahari.
Yeah, man. But
I don't want to talk about the Cavs no more, man. Can we talk about something else?
Yeah, my bad.
Donovan Mitchell, man.
Hold on. I gotta ask Lamont this question though, real quick. What's your reaction to the Bucks firing Mike Budenholzer, and who do you think the Milwaukee Bucks should get as their new head coach? What do you think? Uh-oh, I think Lamont froze up. Did you froze up, Lamont?
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right, hold on. I'm saying, I think with that, somebody had to get punished. You can't lose in the first round as a number 1 seed and somebody don't go, whether somebody not getting re-signed or something like that. But that's gonna go to the coach. And I know the timing was bad because his brother died and whatnot, but that's what it was. And so the owner probably basically said somebody got to go. I don't care who y'all punish, but somebody up out of here. And it was gonna be the coach is just the easiest target because he's the easiest to replace. You can't replace Giannis. You're not gonna replace Middleton. You're not gonna replace Drew Holiday. Coach is the easiest to replace because I think Nick Nurse got fired, didn't he?
Yeah, he got fired from Toronto. That to me, that's the guy I would like to see as head coach because I think he would work better for this.
He's the only coach out there that can handle this job. Like I don't see any other coach out there that's ready to take this job other than Nick Nurse. It's like a best job for him.
Exactly. I said this even on one of your community posts. I said that Mike Budenholzer's job was pretty much on thin ice. Even despite the fact they won the championship, the Giannis and the rest of the team won in spite of Mike Budenholzer. And many in the Milwaukee community will tell you that if it wasn't for Giannis dominating that 2021 playoffs and winning the championship, Mike Budenholzer was going to be fired. Pretty much. So he was pretty much on thin ice even after they won the championship because we understand that Middleton got hurt a year ago and that played a role into why they pretty much kind of lost. But as a number one seed and his expectations to win a championship and you lose in the first round, I'm like, yeah, someone had to go. It wasn't going to be the general manager. Maybe you could put the onus on the GM, but the GM doesn't, coach on the floor. So unfortunately, Budenholzer had to be the guy to get the X. But it's kind of sad though because what happened to his brother and all. But at the end of the day, it's a business.
Hey, DJ Killer. Phoenix didn't beat Phoenix because Phoenix blew a lead. They won because Giannis started to realize they throwing it like I said, just like what we see with this Laker and Warrior series. The Suns was throwing a gimmick defense at Giannis, and once Giannis saw that, these ain't even real traps. Y'all trying to give the impression that y'all sending in a real trap, making me kick it out. But y'all ain't even really sending the trap. And once he figured it out, Giannis just activated, and they couldn't stop him. And they couldn't send a real trap because Milwaukee has two elite three-point shooters out there. And once he figured it out, he was unstoppable. So they didn't IQ.
They didn't send the real traps like how Toronto did in 2019 against Giannis that pretty much forced him to give the ball up anytime that he drove down into the paint. That is a good illustration of how he tried to slow down, Giannis. Because listen, to be real with you, if Phoenix would have aggressively trapped, all Giannis had to do was kick it out to the open 3-point shooters, and they were gonna feast. They were pretty much in a lose-lose situation in 2021.
But it's tough, Mahari. As fans, we give coaches a lot of heat, right? If we look at the championship coaches in the last 4 years, right? Frank Vogel got fired, Nick Nurse got fired, and Budenholzer got fired, right? That's 3 out of the last 4 years dudes that won championships got fired. Right, so that's tough, right? So when you say they won in spite of Budenholzer, that's kind of tough, man. Because at the end of the day, we give them a lot of heat when they don't win, and then when they do win, we don't even give the coaches credit, right? It's kind of crazy.
True.
So those defensive schemes that they have, Budenholzer can be kind of hard-headed sometimes. His scheme and philosophy always has been protect the paint and give him the 3-point shot, right? And they kind of lost, and they have won doing that, and they've lost to certain teams like the Boston Celtics last season doing that too. And so he could be better, but I think coaching is so valuable, more valuable than ever from what I'm seeing in this playoffs, man. The adjustments that you have to make on the fly, being able to switch up your philosophy and not be too hard-headed in what you've been doing, and being able to be versatile like a Steve Kerr showing. But even when you do make an adjustment, the other team makes a counter to that, and now you got to do a counter to their counter. It's tough coaching, Mahari. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Oh yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it.
Can't Phoenix come back
and remember,
in the
like the Bucks had to win a series without Giannis closing, bro. Like that shit wasn't easy. And also this season, I'm a Heat fan. The Bucks were up by double digits in the fourth quarter, bro. If Giannis makes a couple more free throws, Bud still got his job. I mean,
facts.
That's true.
Bro, it's tough. It's tough.
The play where I thought he got fired was, even though they probably wouldn't have made a shot with 0.5 seconds left, But by him not even calling that timeout with 0.5 seconds left after Jimmy Butler made the layup, this is like, that's your one job as a coach. Like, call the timeouts at the right time. At least give them an opportunity to score. And I was like, man, that's bad. I was like, that's not going to play over well with ownership because they always going to reflect back to that moment. And that was just one of the most basic assignments a coach has. Call that timeout in that moment. You can hear the announcer saying it. Why didn't he call a timeout? What happened? And it's just like, damn, I said, that might have cost him right there.
Well, let me ask you this question though. Like in certain situations, I've seen a lot of coaches in today's basketball in like clutch situations don't call timeouts to try not to let the opposition, regroup their defense. I think
but it was kind of a mixed 22. On the clock. It was 0.5 seconds on the clock. And in NBA, they advance the ball. Like college, they don't advance the ball. There's no point in calling it in college because you got to go from full court anyway. But in NBA, when you can advance the ball and you when you advance the ball, that changes the game. Like you really now have a legitimate opportunity to get scored with the ball being advanced. So, and you got a guy like Giannis and Brook Lopez on the floor. All types of stuff can happen. So they blew one. They blew it.
Yeah, they definitely did. Because I was surprised that they didn't call the timeout because, they had their size advantages and they didn't utilize it enough. I mean, it's kind of frustrating to me to watch them, give up these big leads in the series and just let away.
But Mahar, they did use their size. Brook Lopez and Giannis was dominating. I'm talking about dominating. But Miami went 4 guards. And they was out there balling. They was knocking down shots, knocking down threes, and they found a way to stay in the game.
Yep.
That's the scary side of if you are a team and you want to live in the paint. If you want to live in the paint, you want to make a ton of layups. The scary side is that a team that shoots threes can hawk you down, and you don't even know how they still in the game. Right? You make 2 threes. You make 3 threes. I got 9 points. You need 5 layups to just have a 1-point lead.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I can go 3 of 10 from the 3-point line in my first 10 shots. You can go 5 of 10, which is 50% shooting, a great percentage, but you only got a 1-point lead. And you shooting 3 of 10, what you shooting what? Less than 30%?
Right.
This is why teams play the 3-point numbers, because if you're shooting 35, 40%, shit, it's damn near impossible to lose.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of over these overachieving Miami Heat, man. They're about to go to another conference finals, man. Like, how they doing this, man? This is ridiculous out here, bro. It's ridiculous.
Great coaching.
Great coaching. I read various articles about how Eric Spoelstra prepares his team. There's a reason why they are who they are. Like, it's not a mistake why Eric Spoelstra is is probably the best coach in the NBA. I'm very surprised why he's never gotten Coach of the Year, but I know why. Because a lot of them have said that Eric Spoelstra has been successful because of that talent. Like, listen, talent is one thing, but it's the ability to be able to coach the talent and get them to buy into your system is what separates you from the good coaches to the great coaches.
He doesn't even have that much talent, bro. He got his second best player, Tyler Hero, out, and he's still doing this, man. Like, what did you read? How does he prepare his team? What did you read about that?
It starts with Jimmy Butler, bro.
Yeah.
He knows how to get his guys to like run through brick walls for him somehow. Like they ain't the greatest team, but they always gonna play hard. They always gonna fight for their coach. They gonna fight to tooth and nail. Like, you never gonna just put them out and he's letting Jimmy Butler just be Jimmy Butler. Like, he ain't like if you notice, he don't really. Like, when Jimmy doing his thing, he don't really say nothing to Jimmy. He don't really go against him. He just let Jimmy be Jimmy. And he just know when to get out of the way. Like, even with Bam Adebayo. Like, Bam's having issues right now off the court stuff. Partying too much, the Miami life, all that stuff. It's been affecting his game, his consistency. Supposed to just sometimes know how to back off and not be too, much of a burden on them guys. And it just ultimately ends up panning out and working.
But you know where it starts from? It starts from the management, and you know where it comes from. Pat Riley. That's where it starts. Because trust me, Pat Riley had to manage various egos when he was coaching the Lakers, the Knicks, and even when he started in Miami too. I mean, coaching got tough guys like Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, and then with the Lakers too. I mean, you realize that they're strong personalities, and it's not by accident why Eric Spoelstra's been able to manage those personalities and get them to play a team style oriented game where they'll just fight to the finish. That's where it comes from.
Man, Mahari, can you imagine if they gave Jimmy Butler some legitimate help out here, bro? Instead of just dudes like undrafted dudes like Max.
Right.
Oh my goodness, bro. This man would be going to the finals every year, bro. Damn, man.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. I agree. Definitely.
It's crazy.
But yeah, Lamar, man, I'm gonna go and get something to eat though, man. But these players have been absolutely amazing. I'm gonna drop some videos later on in the evening time. And by the way, I'm still waiting for Young Africa to get the debate on, bro. Like that kid.
Yeah, we're gonna do that in the offseason, no doubt. Hey, Mahari, it's not looking good for you, man. Mr. Triple Single put up another triple single, lost the game, bro. Like it's not looking good for you, Mahari.
Don't worry. Hey. It's all right. It's all right. It's only 2-1 lead right now, but don't worry about it. It's not going to affect the debate though, because I got some rounds for that. So be prepared.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get to
yes,
that.
Sir.
We're gonna get to that.
All right, yes, sir. All right, Lamont, you have. Hey, by the way, too, whenever you want to get that podcast going, I did send you an episode. Did you upload it and shit?
I didn't see it. You gotta text me when you do it because I don't check I get so many emails. It's hard for me to keep up with.
All right, yeah. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll do a recording this week, and then this time I'll text it to you. How about that?
All right, that's cool.
All right, man.
Just text me when you email it. Just text me when you email it.
Okay, got you. All right, I'll have a good night, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Who you still got the Suns in the series, or are you taking the Nuggets? Lamont?
Is winning. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. We got the Sixers winning. Who we got tomorrow? What games we got tomorrow? The Lakers back on tomorrow?
On Monday, yeah.
All right, so we got the Lakers. We got a couple games tomorrow. A couple games on the slate. When does Suns play tomorrow? Hold on, Suns play tonight, right?
Yeah, at 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have tried to get to that game. I'm tripping. I needed them to lose game 3 for me to go to game 4. That's what I needed. The ticket prices would have dropped.
I got the Nuggets tonight in a 7-point spread. They should go up 3-1 tonight.
They +7?
Yeah.
I'm taking that bet then. Ain't no way they beat them by 7 in Phoenix.
I also don't think that
if
Devin
the Nuggets
Booker,
is +7, that means they could lose, but just not over 7.
On the field again.
Hold on. They got Phoenix. Phoenix is the favorite?
Yeah,
that's what
Phoenix is a favorite tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I don't know. It might be closer than that. It's hard to say.
I think Kevin Durant and Devin Booker gonna go nuts again. Each getting 30.
Bro, Nuggets in 5,
though,
man.
from the field? Is he doing that again with no free throws?
Man, Devin Booker and KD can both get you.
He's that nigga. No, listen. I will say he is that guy right now. He is that guy. I'm not going to disrespect, but 80% and he's getting 45 plus. I don't know.
No, he ain't gonna get 45 plus again. But KD and Devin 30, 35. Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
Sustainable? Is that offense sustainable, Mac Dev?
Yes.
These dudes taking like 60, 70 shots, man, carrying the offense.
Devin Booker and KD, yes, they both could average 30. Y'all tripping?
No, you're tripping, bro. You're tripping.
I'm not saying they can't average 30, but like, can they? But as Young Africa said, can they actually keep it up? Because they're playing like 40 plus minutes a night.
Yeah,
hey, it's on their greatness to do it. If they hit their shots, I don't see why they can't.
Win doing it? I don't know if they win doing it because I had question marks on Phoenix defense, but
defense and depth. They don't got enough. I don't think they got enough depth to beat Denver, man.
I got questions on Ayton. Ayton, oh my goodness, I got hella questions on him right now.
He don't want to be there. That's all.
That's a fact.
He don't like any of them. He don't like the coach. He's just kind of there because they paid him the bag and he couldn't. Otherwise, he should have been on the Pacers. They the ones really offered the money. The Suns just matched.
I would have loved him on the Pacers.
So,
did he have to sign with the Suns?
He's a restricted free agent. All they had to do was match.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And they couldn't lose him for free, so they had to match. They didn't think a team was going to offer him that much money. That's why they wasn't paying him. They thought the market was going to dictate a lower pay scale.
Why didn't he just ask for a trade out then?
I mean, it's hard to trade a guy that just signs that deal. It's hard. Deals ain't easy to trade. Now that the CBA changed, it's even harder.
I would have asked for a trade if I didn't want to be here.
I mean, he did want to get traded. They was trying to trade him.
And Phoenix should have traded him if he didn't want to be here.
But
yeah, DeAndre Ayton, his defense is getting exposed, man. Like he just his toughness is getting exposed in this series, man. Like he doesn't body Jokic at all. He doesn't play physical on defense. It's very surprising for a 7-footer out of Jamaica as well. You know, a place that ain't easy to live in. Like you expect him to have some toughness, man. It's
Yeah, that's facts, bro. And the play that showed it to everybody was one play. This guy has a wide open dunk and he tries to finger roll. He blows it, and then here comes Jokic. Stuffing it down the rim.
I couldn't believe
it. Like, come on, Ayton.
What about Jamal Murray contesting Ayton at the rim, bro, and getting a partial block on him, bro? That should never happen, bro.
I'm
what
not
are we
surprised.
doing?
He showed his true colors versus Giannis in the finals, man. I'm not surprised.
That's
Giannis,
Giannis,
though. No. What exposed me specifically is when I see Luka Doncic backing down Ayton in the post and just
bro. Have y'all seen Luka in person?
What is he? What 6'8"?
Bro, that motherfucker is big than a motherfucker, man. Like it don't surprise me that he can back Ayton down. Like Ayton is what? Maybe what? 230? 230? What is Ayton weight wise?
They're like 250. He's around 250.
Joker big too though. Joker big.
Joker big and Luka's big. Like Luka's strong too. I be thinking Luka just can't like. Luka hit y'all. One of y'all trying to play post defense against Luka. One of y'all didn't fell over, been injured and everything.
I'm 6'1", so anyone that plays any kind of post defense against me 6'1" up, not gonna have a lot of success.
Yeah.
What?
MacDef, you're getting posted up, MacDef. Stop it, bro. Stop it, MacDef.
Nah, I know I'm getting posted up, but whoever 6'1" is getting posted up by Joker and Luka. Facts.
Hey, so who you got in this series, Lamar? You got the Warriors in this series? What was your pick before the series?
I picked the Lakers to start the series, but I really didn't make an official pick. But I said if I had to go in anybody, I'm going with the Lakers just because they just playing better basketball.
Okay. I still got the Warriors. I had them in 6. Still going with that. They're going to change some stuff offensively. The only adjustments they need to make is offensively. They'll figure it out.
But you're just picking the Warriors because you're a fandom.
Yeah.
You ain't really picking them because you truly believe. You don't really have
I think Steph Curry the best player on the court, and I think they overall have a better team. The Lakers are presenting a different issue, but
they'll
figure it out offensively. They'll be right.
Yeah, this a bad matchup for the Warriors, bro. Like, who do they got that can consistently attack you off the dribble, bro? Like, who?
Curry. If
Jordan
Poole show up to the party, he can too, but he playing ridiculous right now.
He had that one good game, and after that, he's been kind of cheap.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's playing horrible. But to me, like I said, they don't have
Jordan Poole's gonna get traded in the offseason.
Most likely. $28 million a year, but we'll see.
Well, I'm telling you, Kerr and Klay and Draymond did not like that. Even Steve Kerr, they don't like that dude.
Who's gonna eat that contract now? Because it's like what you were saying earlier. Like they should have did it before he showed his true colors.
Yeah, but he's still gonna have enough value where somebody's gonna trade for.
No, the Warriors
and there's enough bad contracts out there where they can get a bad contract in place of it for him.
Warriors got a ton of assets, draft picks, and players.
I mean, if I'm the Warriors, I'm looking at Utah, maybe bringing in Jordan Clarkson and some of them young bigs they got over there. If you can convince them to do it, because if I'm gonna have a I'd rather take THT and some of their players.
THT, oh my God,
that's all Jordan Poole really is, just a THT type of player.
Wow.
THT.
So you saying you wouldn't take a Walker Kessler in the THT or Jordan Poole?
Walker Kessler is arguably one of the best rim protectors.
I know what he is.
That's
why I put him in the trade.
No, I still wouldn't take that deal. I still wouldn't
I don't
take
think
it.
Utah wants to get rid of him.
No.
If I get THT or Jordan Clarkson and Walker Kessler for THT,
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson and Walker Kessler, that sound a little better.
The Jordan Clarkson's a little bit better.
If the Warriors get Walker Kessler somehow, I would take them to go back to the finals.
I don't know about all that,
because that's really like all they need is just an actual interior shot blocker that can contest at the rim.
Bro,
but
the Warriors will never trade Ricky 954. The Warriors will never trade Draymond. Draymond will have to leave on his own before he gets traded. Like they're extremely loyal to the guys that got them to where they at. They don't just randomly start trading players unless you really need to.
Loyalty hurts after a while. Loyalty hurts, man.
Loyalty in the Warriors context has got them 4 championships, and they still are playing this year, so they still have a slim opportunity to get to 5th, even though it's slim.
Yeah, and a lot of other franchises can't say that. So they in a good spot.
That's true.
Yeah,
he got paid for
the past. Bonus, they had his back after that too. In the
you pay guys for the future, so you out here gonna give Draymond $100 million, Lamar? That's what you're about to do?
Yes, $100 million is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
In the NBA,
when it ain't yours,
for a vet like Draymond, if he asks for $100 million, that's not a lot for Draymond.
Yeah, and at this point, like with everything they've done, they've like earned the right to die as a dynasty. You feel me? Like together. You know what I mean? Like you can't just say, okay, it's a wrap now. Let's leave while we're ahead. Like they deserve to, like when it's over, it's over. But right now, they still competing.
And they still got a window. Like even if they lose this year, like they still got a 2-3 year window where they're still going to be competitive and make the playoffs and have a championship.
No, it's over, MacDef. It's over, man. Let it go, MacDef. The series is done. It's over, bro.
Y'all said that last year. I don't want to hear.
No, we didn't.
Over, bro. I didn't say it
Everybody
last year.
said that last year.
That was, no. That was the mainstream media. Anyone that actually knows, we knew that the Warriors were always going to come back.
They still got a window. Those young players just ain't producing though. Because Poole, we all thought Poole was going to be somebody. Kuminga, they traded Wiseman, so they still living and dying with the 3 guys that got them there: Curry, Klay, and Draymond, and a bunch of role players. Still,
man, Wiggins is the X factor for y'all. Wiggins needs to pull rim pressure on AD and get him contesting shots and maybe
dunked on him yesterday.
One play, this guy dunks on AD. Next play, he does a turnaround long 2. It makes no sense with this guy.
They got the highlights.
He
got the win
yesterday, though.
You had them highlights.
But where y'all think Porzingis is gonna go? I think he should opt out and go to free agency. I think somebody would give him.
See, Porzingis on the Warriors would look nasty, bro. I pay Porzingis before I pay Draymond Green, bro. Yes, I would.
Another perimeter. Remember, the Warriors, if y'all really think about it, the Warriors are not going to have much wiggle room or cap space to make any major moves. So
they would have to trade Jordan Poole to do
that. You have to trade Jordan Poole. So if you think about it, where can I get – because there is a possibility you lose Draymond if a team out there really offers him a contract that Golden State can't match, he's gone. I think the opportunity for them is with the Brooklyn Nets. And if you send Jordan Poole over there and you get Ben Simmons in another piece.
Ben Simmons. Oh, my
God, bro.
You've been on
Ben Simmons got 1 foot in time.
Let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you this. If you get Cam Johnson and Ben Simmons for Jordan Poole.
No.
Oh my God, I'm doing that.
I'll do it just for really.
I'm doing that in a heartbeat. Really. Because remember, they got.
I try to get Bridges.
Remember, they can take a risk.
Like Bridges, if they can.
No,
you cannot. But you got to go reasonable. You got to know that. You got to know Simmons is a fit because just like Draymond, you don't need him to absolutely score. What he was doing this year would be enough. When he was playing this year,
Draymond Green is off the team as well.
Yeah, he's off. Yeah, because you can't have Draymond and Ben Simmons on the court at the same time.
I'm taking Claxton before I take Ben Simmons, Lamont. Stop it, bro.
What I'm saying is, remember, you got to take a product that they don't want. This is diminished value. And then you have to say, okay, this is a project. We got to see if we can get any of the old Ben Simmons back, but then also get a little bit of youth. So if you get a guy like a Cam Johnson and a Ben Simmons for a Jordan Poole, God damn, I'm doing that.
Give me Cam Johnson and give me Cam Thomas, the young boy that they don't want to play.
Bro, you're not getting Cam Thomas because remember the rookie deal. You got to make money work. So what I'm saying, I'm just giving you a deal that could work money wise, and this is only in the scenario that Draymond walks.
Yeah, I don't think Draymond will go anywhere. I think Draymond will actually he'll get his $100 million, but I think he'll actually take less.
Warriors already said they're not giving him the max. If another team offers him his max, whatever that number is, he's out. They can't match it.
I don't think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna stay loyal. I think he'll actually take less money for them to add other players.
Draymond Green's not taking less money.
The max. Somebody will, even just to weaken the Warriors. I think it's smart. Just weaken the Warriors, man. That's all you need to do.
Who's gonna offer Draymond a max contract?
Somebody out there, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, man, if he go to a garbage ass team with a max contract, that'd be
bro. You know a team that will offer him money, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think of, but a team like the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
Because if they lose Harrison Barnes, what better replacement than to stick a guy like Draymond in there that could facilitate to those young guys and play the defense that they don't want to play? That'd be a scene. Like it's teams out there that will take that risk.
Facts. Dallas will take that risk.
Dallas will take that risk for sure.
I can't see it.
Hey, where's all that Harden hate? Salute, Lamont. Where's that Harden hate at?
Hey, Ralph, I was just telling him about that. I said, what y'all gonna say now? He not clutch? I said, what y'all gonna say now? They ain't had no answers, Ralph.
Me and you been a consistent. Me, you, and a few of us been consistent since last year about these Sixers.
Yeah, I've always believed. Well, it's not. It's not. It's they don't get. They got some work to do though, Ralph. They still got a lot of work.
It's not a cake run.
Yeah. But they still live.
And then the adjustments. I think he listened to your show, Doc, Lamont, Doc, or somebody on that team, because the adjustments that you say that they need to make for the past 2 years, he's been slowly implicating into his game plan.
What did you see, Ralph? What adjustments did you see, Ralph, from James Harden?
What you mean? You start being more aggressive, like I was saying, like don't be passive, like y'all say, don't be passive aggressive like Ben Simmons, which y'all said he was making the right play. Who was really being passive aggressive was PJ Tucker, passing the ball in them wide open threes. Now,
he won you the game with the hustle plays, Ralph. He had a lot of hustle plays in that fourth quarter.
I know, but I'm talking about like game 1 and 2. He wasn't being consistent. He had 0 points in game 1. Passed up a lot of open wide threes, but he's starting to come back to realization that they need him to score too. He's not just a defensive anchor. They need him to hit them wide open threes when Embiid get double team or Harden get double team, or they try to trap Tobias.
Trap Tobias? That don't even sound
right. Well, watch the game, bro. Every time we go to the room, you see 2-3 dudes on him, bro.
I'm messing.
It's okay.
With you, What's good, Ralph?
Keep cooking, Ralph.
Doing
man.
good though, man.
Yeah, they just trying to get on you, Ralph, because the Sixers is not doing what they thought they would do. They wanted them to choke.
Going 7.
I want Philly to win, Ralph. I want Embiid to prove the doubters wrong. I want to see that.
I just don't like the Celtics. So yeah. Fuck them. 76 and 6.
Hey, where True the King at with all that Malcolm Brogdon and all them
yeah, where True at?
Malcolm Brogdon, huh?
Hey, what happened to Embiid? Can't pass out a double team, Ralph. That was a clutch play at the end. What happened to that?
Right, that narrative is crazy. I'm sorry I started that over one bad playoff series. I started that narrative. Can't even hold you. But he's starting to improve. Like that long pass that he passed the PJ cross court. early in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, great win. Now Phoenix, y'all up next. Come on, y'all, make it a series.
Yeah, I think they lose this game, Ralph. I'm thinking that 30 points from Harden, from Durant and Booker ain't gonna get it done, man. That two-headed monsters don't work no more in the NBA, bro. You need a team, you need depth, you need everybody
with the
chipping in.
Lakers. They got a two-headed monster.
No, they
No,
don't.
we got a squad though. Stop it, Mac. We got a
So
squad.
LeBron and AD is not a two-headed monster.
What do you mean?
No, they got a squad though. They got
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are not a two-headed monster.
No, they got depth. They got depth. Stop it. They got talent on other positions. Let's not do that.
Darren Fox and Domantas Sabonis not a
two-headed guys and nobody else.
James Harden and Joel Embiid. Like y'all are tripping right now. That's what everybody's
they got
got
teams
right
around them. They still got Maxey, Tobias Harris. They still got a squad around them.
Everybody else role players can't be better than the other players. Like some players are gonna be better. The role
They got
players.
Yang
Everybody
coming
can't
and
just have
shooting
a
3
squad
straight
around.
threes. What are we talking about?
Exactly. Depth. Something the Suns don't have, Mac. Depth. Stop it, bro. Stop it, man.
The Suns don't have what?
They don't have depth. They don't have
And Boston
depth.
is not a two-headed monster, Lamont. If it wasn't for Marcus Smart tonight, they wouldn't have been in the game.
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum is two-headed monster.
No, that's not it.
How when he went AWOL the whole game?
Jokic
one
and
game.
Jamal Murray. Y'all are tripping.
It's 2 games in the series he went AWOL.
I mean, Tatum had a bad first half, but he still gave you 18 rebounds, about 3-4 blocks. And he finished with 24, so that means he showed up in crunch time, really. I mean,
no, it called getting to the line.
But today, Brogdon and Smart, pretty much saved the Celtics to me.
Facts. That's why they're not a two-headed monster. If your stars play bad and you lose, that's a two-headed monster. So if Booker and Durant don't give you 30 points, you got no chance. That's what I mean by two-headed monster, bro.
Yeah, because
you're just trying to define the parameters.
Two-headed monster.
Nah, you're just trying to be slick.
That is not the definition of two-headed monster. That's not the clear-cut definition.
I get what y'all saying. They spearhead the offense, but
the 2 best players on the team. There's no big threes in the NBA right now, currently, that I could think.
Everybody's saying where True the King at. Yeah, I don't know. True the King is somewhere. He gonna say he was on deployment and he had to run military drills or something. I don't know, man.
He was doing drills.
Doing drills, military drills, military exercise. So
he was watching the game, biting his fingernails, thinking they was gonna pull out no teeth.
Hoping that Marcus Smart 3 was good, Ralph. He was hoping that was good. Dang, that's tough. That's tough.
At least the Sixers made it a series, though. I give them credit for that. About time.
It was a good series, though.
It's about time.
Hey, referees, can y'all please mind y'all business during this series? That's all I ask.
What's doing the Warriors and Lakers
series? That's all I ask. They be calling questionable calls. Every time the Sixers go on a run, they want to slow it down. With these tic-tac calls. What you mean? The Lakers series, it's 2 games of foul disparison, but like Lamont said, the Warriors don't drive enough to get them calls.
They don't.
It's just,
and I agree with that.
Like 3 times they called the foul after the guy missed the layup.
It's cool.
Warriors had the ball in their hands. Foul.
As long as you hit that like button, it's
called it late.
It's good.
Stop crying, Mac Dev. Stop crying.
That's what they do. I'm not crying. That's what they do, though. I'm not surprised. It's the way the rules is. I give credit for LeBron. I give credit for LeBron for spamming the rules. These referees, the game is soft. These referees is gonna call touch fouls when we drive.
All right, hey y'all, look, I'm about to shut it down. I'm probably gonna do another live later on in about a couple hours.
Thanks for having me, Lamont.
Might depend on how this game goes.
And like button, man. Hit that PayPal and cash.
All right, fellas, salute.
Salute. Lose.
All right, man. Peace out, Lamont, man. FYF, man. Don't bring your feelings, bring the facts, man.
Facts.
You ain't lying.
All right, FYF. Take it easy, fam.
All right, Young Africa. Young Africa, hit me up on IG too. All right, salute, Chris.
All right, fam.
Catch you on the next one. Yep. All right, y'all. FYF Sports, man. Appreciate y'all being here. He said he played excellent defense. He said we need that Nuggets and Suns stream later today. All right, man. Let's do it, man. We can do it. I ain't tripping. We can definitely do it. It's a big game for the Suns. I'm actually about to go see if I can snag me some tickets. I gotta go pull up my SeatGeek, man. See what's going on. I gotta try to get there, or then hit up a few people, see if I can get connected, get plugged in with some playoff tickets. It's probably a little too late right now. Make something happen. But yeah. Salute, man. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all been enjoying the NBA film study videos. Like I said, we got another batch of them NBA film study videos coming. I'm just trying to get a little bit more feedback from them to see if it's something we want to keep going. I know some of the people like them. I know the people like Sturdy like them. So I'm just trying to get a gauge on the feedback from the NBA film study. I know they short, little quick hitter videos, just kind of break down the game. I mean, you don't want to place your betting lines on them based on them videos, but you know, Darius Bills is absolutely not. All right, that's an opinion. Well, you know, you just add yourself to the other side of the vote. I might put a poll out, and we just got to see how it goes. But we got the Lakers, man. Like I said, man, I think the Lakers is the best team in that series. I think they're gonna beat the Warriors probably in 5 or 6 games, more than likely 6. Because I just don't see the Warriors folding at home and giving up. But this next game is going to be important as well. The Lakers got to come away with the win. They cannot give this Warrior team any life by allowing them to tie the series. And then essentially take back home court advantage. And so if they give them back home court advantage, they lose their grasp on this series. And then Golden State controls the series. So, you know, it is what it is. We definitely gonna be paying attention to that game. Miami Heat, I think they got a good lock on that series. Think the Knicks can beat them at home. And the Denver Nuggets look like they can potentially take care of business versus versus the Phoenix Suns. But Phoenix Suns just got to figure it out. Probably a little bit too much infight. No Chris Paul. It's going to get interesting over there. But, hey, y'all, it's FYF Sports, man. Another great podcast episode. We're going to be back with more sports and news. Until then, man, it's FYF Sports. Here we out.